Isn't the It movie coming out?
Is
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Oh,
The
wait,
remake?
yeah. Yeah.
I like the original one. The one with Tim Curry.
Oh, wow, Twitch changed their overlay again.
Yep.
Huh.
They do that.
It looks, I mean, it looks nice. I can't say much else at the moment.
I'm looking forward to Zan trolling us again, saying why is he not on the PR?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the entirety of my contribution to the stream.
Okay, so we are live, I believe. Yep.
I saw it in the Twitch thing.
Do you like the emotes?
Yes.
Yeah, emotes are good.
You can thank Chad for them. Chad
Yeah,
did his
Auto
magic.
Sakurai is actually like really good.
I like Kylo Dren. That shit is awesome. I was thinking of making an emo called Odo Free and using Reggie's face.
Reggie.
Oh, yes.
Cause dude, nobody frees people up like Reggie. I think it has to do with the way he plays and the fact that he plays Ike, but like
And people probably sleep on.
Reggie has exposed people like super hard, almost as hard as like Pat used to. Shoutouts to Click. How's it going? One
Yeah,
of the
that was
PR candidates.
Oh, snap.
And
One of the
Click,
PR
hey Click, for the record, I'm picking you to make top 10. You're in my fantasy pool of top
Fantasy
10.
pool.
Yep.
Are we gonna announce our fantasy pools before going into this?
All I gotta say is
Dude,
this
fuck.
is the most important. If you make it on this PR, this is it. This is the PR to make.
Yeah, the spring PR is like the most important in my opinion because it's our two biggest events of the year. So
Yeah.
most
Like,
competition.
this is the most impactful PR to be on.
Okay, so can you guys so Click, can you see the window that I have up? It has the spreadsheets and all that.
Still waiting on Zero.
It gives time for everyone to come into the rooms.
Yeah, give them time to trickle in. It's fine.
No.
If you
Screw
guys
the
have
peasants.
Big Hero 6. Is that is this Shoutouts to Hero. One of the young up and comers. Okay, so let me see if I can get the player cards. Okay, let me hide the Skype. Okay, so I guess I'll do this since people are trickling in. Here are we'll do the candidates for the PR. Shoutouts to Chan. Thank you, Chan, for the sub. I really appreciate it.
She like subbed to everything.
Yeah, and
Yeah, well.
and I appreciate it very much. Shoutouts to
Yeah.
Mrs. Thorin. I can't wait for Thorin Jr. He will
It'll
be
be a very
Whoa.
he shall be a great Jedi like his father.
the most honest of Jedi.
Yes. So yeah, A and D are first in alphabetical order.
Oh, okay.
Mains Martha and Corrin. The four events that you see are basically the four biggest events of the period. KCON 17, obviously, Gamer Expo 17, Manoa Monthly 22, which False attended, and I believe we had about 40 something entrants, and then Cafe GG 6. So yeah, and notable wins: Daze, Fruit Basket, King, Brigade. Basically anything within the PR, any wins that the best four wins that somebody got in the amongst the PR candidates. So yeah, that's A and D. Looking like he came out of the woods. And inside his Millennium Puzzle, his other half, Brigade, the Pharaoh. Rosalina main. I believe he'll be changing to Lucina next period. He'll be giving that a shot. Yeah, Click. You didn't go to Manoa Monthly's 22. I think you could have did really well there. So Brigade, his claim to fame in this period, 7th at Gamer Expo 17, getting really far, losing to War in losers bracket. Not a whole lot of notable wins, but that top 8 is something of note. So he is in the conversation. Zoom in. I could try. Let me see. Alright. Apologies, guys. I'm gonna have to move this a bit. That's about as big as I can probably make it. Unfortunately. Let me know if that helps. Okay, so still waiting on Zero. Try add him now. Nope. Okay, we might have to actually switch to Discord because it looks like I don't know if he's gonna be able to join. It's really weird.
God damn it, Zero.
It's gotta be something with his Skype settings.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, it's weird.
You can always
Yeah.
try to reset the call.
Okay, let's try.
We could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. One sec.
But I don't know who the host of the call is, but everyone
I
has
think
to hang up because
Oh,
Bobby
we did?
just
Okay.
all Bobby did was leave and join the call back. So
Oh,
I guess
okay.
just end call.
Alright, okay, so we all
Okay, let's try this again. It says user not online.
for Zero?
Yeah. Okay. Let's just go to the Discord.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Welp. So for whatever reason, Zero can't seem to get that working, so I'm gonna have to open up Discord. You guys can just continue looking at Brigade's amazing beard. Yeah. We should probably not use the general voice because people are.
We should like use like one that's private, yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone
Is there
know?
a private one?
Ow.
Didn't Toggle set one up last time we used the to discuss the expo stuff?
That I don't know.
Hmm.
Well, Daze is the mod, yeah. So I think you can set one
Yeah,
up.
we can make a channel.
Okay. I'll let you set that up then.
Might be better than you guys can mute or lower my volume
Also,
since my mic is loud.
Let me pop the chat
So what the hell
out
is
so I
it?
don't have to keep looking at that. Oh yeah, I think Daze should be able to just lock the voice chat, right? So that only a couple certain people can get
Probably
in.
something like that.
I have to like give you like a role to do that though. Hold
Oh,
on.
see, Renz is here. Renz, to sub, just look for the subscribe button.
Top right.
It's on the top right of the channel.
Okay.
Scrub. King, please.
What does that say? Oh, never mind. Okay, so I guess we join the bottom one, yeah? Or we wait?
I guess. Hold on.
Give that to 0.
There we go.
Where the fuck is 0?
Uh. Oh, Chan. Thanks for the sub again. The official notification has just been given. Thank you, Chan, for the sub. Appreciate the support. And you will be missed once you move to SoCal.
Oh.
What the hell was that?
Well, like you sub and then you can choose when to share it. I think it's something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means you from the initial time you subbed, you never announced on the stream that you subbed. So it saves and then you can announce it.
It's okay. So while this is going on, I'm gonna try to redo the screen cap.
Hooray, we're finally here. Now we can start yelling.
Sorry, I'm gonna try to redo the screen cap real quick.
Voido is streaming though.
Oh, Void streaming? Cool.
Yeah, right now he's streaming.
Shoutouts to Void. Close that. Okay, so moving on from Brigade, there's Click. Oh yeah, Zero, your mic is off. So as you can see, Click actually had a pretty solid period, despite missing MM22. He got third at the last tournament, which is really, really good. And in the process, he got some wins on, I think he got wins on Dren and Snappy at that event. And ninth place at KCON is very, very good.
Yeah, I think. I mean, okay, so I guess we'll go through all the player cards and then we'll discuss.
Yeah, we're not discussing
what
that. Yeah.
the value chart, I guess. So
Oh,
to
I
speak.
see you, Daze.
Yeah.
Not giving Zero permission to speak.
Huh?
What in the world?
Wait, you want me to do it or you're gonna do it? Okay. Yeah, good.
So yeah, for KCON especially, I want you to imagine that like top 16 is essentially like getting top 10 because the first 4 slots were taken
13th
up by
place is top 12 for local
by
players.
guest players, you know.
Yeah, because we have 4 guest players, so.
Yeah, so if you subtract that, it's like pretty. That's actually pretty
Yeah.
good. It's essentially like getting top
So,
8.
yeah, 13th and higher is, I guess.
Yep.
Well, I guess 13th isn't as big as 9th, but still like significant in a sense. I don't know.
So yeah, very very solid
Okay.
performance.
No.
Fuck,
we're
finally,
good.
dude.
Dude,
And keep in mind that the PR period data is not limited to just like what's on this card. This is just the very general information. So we'll get into that later.
this is just kind of
Show
like
the
the
viewers
highlights.
while we're talking about
highlights,
the
yes.
players,
Mhm.
just to give them a general.
Yeah, just giving more people a chance to trickle in and join the stream too while we wait.
Yeah.
So we're
Like,
talking
keep in
about
mind, these player
game-
cards do not show the negatives of each player.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, FeK Daze. This would be his second PR that he would make. He made the last one for the first time.
Yeah, this would be a second if he's on.
So, if you look at his wins at the tournaments, not the greatest. Although 13th at Gamer Expo is not a sloppy performance by any means. And
Yeah.
if you look at his notable wins, he has a win on Rush and Dren. And in particular, Rush is a very, very juicy win. Rush hasn't lost
Yeah.
to too
Pretty
many.
much anyone else.
Yeah, he hasn't lost to
Yeah.
too many people. So yeah, that's Daze.
The only other person I think he lost to was False, right?
Oh look,
False.
Outside of guest players, I think Rush was like the
Yeah.
cleanest guy.
raise your Kylo
Yes, sir.
Drens. Dren, one of our top players for sure. Very very good results overall, I'd say. He had a slight slip up at Gamer Expo, but other than that, 5th place at KCON, 5th place at Manoa Monthly 22, and 7th place at Cafe GG. Solid all around. And he has a win on War, Snappy Days, and E&D. So that's pretty good. Alright, moving on. So, we're going to have 2 people on the PR this period that are not going to be technically on the PR, but they're going to be like spots, 0 and 0.5.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is one of the 2
Maybe.
outliers. False went to enough tournaments to qualify, but because he doesn't live in Hawaii, he'll be like an asterisk on the PR. But yeah,
Special.
pretty good results for 4th, 3rd, 1st. Notable wins: the Cat, War, Rush, Korean. Not much to say. Just False is really good. Okay, moving on. My boy Prestoon. Fruit
your
Basket.
student.
Yeah, one of my students.
Oh, wait.
He actually had a pretty solid overall period in terms of like he was hanging around near the top 10 for most of his run. So again, 13th at KCON
Yeah,
is
finally
not
couldn't
bad.
get up there.
That is not bad at all. That's
Yeah,
pretty-
it's pretty good, and
Pretty good.
like he probably had to challenge another PR candidate. He probably lost to another PR candidate, so someone very close to his
Mhm.
skill level.
he lost
probably
to
very close match.
Andy.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's
just even
exactly
having
what
that
happened.
9th. If like anyone has that 9th place at KCON, it's gonna be really big. So very because
Very, very
13th is not a slouch performance either. It's still very good, but hitting that 9th or hitting that top 8 is just really
Mhm.
huge. Considering that there was 4 out of state talent, that was very very good.
And he has a bunch of wins on some peeps, and also whatchamacallit. He also won Manoa Monthly 21. That also
Yeah.
is
First
Smaller
place.
tournament.
it's also not too bad at all. Not too bad.
Okay, here it is. Yes. Meme time.
Pyro, you can just have both streams open. You do realize this, right? You can just open up 2 streams and just watch both of them. You don't have to. You don't have to watch us until then. It's
That's
cool.
too much tech. That's too much tech for one man to handle.
So
dude.
next we got Brult Korean.
Actually,
One
wait,
of the community leaders and one of the top players in the scene for show.
Ah, fuck it.
Mobile. Well, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that.
We'll wait on the
Um,
description for a
So
while.
yeah, notable wins: Rush, Dren, Click and Daze, top 8 at both KCON and Expo. That's great. And top 4 at the other 2 big ones. Very, very nice. So yeah, not much to say. Just really, really good credentials. And King did give me a last minute picture.
Skip this one.
So-
You can skip this one.
I didn't. So
that quality though. You must really not like that other one.
yeah,
Potato.
I don't know why the picture he gave me was so tiny, but it is what it is. So King kind of wasn't even gonna be in the discussion. His performance was very subpar, but he had a 5th placing at Cafe GG6, and he took some names. So for those reasons, he will be up for discussion. So yeah. And here,
Oh God.
I'm sorry, Rave. This was the only picture that I could find of you on the Facebook group. It was from the amateur tournament that he won. It was literally the only one that I found.
Wow.
But yeah,
The
Rave.
secret boss finally came out to enough tourneys.
Rave is like the most hidden. Like him and Wing It are like the 2 biggest hidden bosses in terms of like success rate. So double 9th place. That's really good at both of the big events. That's crazy. And yeah, his win. He actually hasn't fought a lot of the top players, but 9th and 9th, like you can't complain about that. That's super good, no matter what. He was 1 win away
He
from
had-
day 3.
Stabs. I know to get in the top 8, he would have had to beat in War.
In
If
both
he beat War, he
occasions,
would have
but
gotten a top 8 of KCON.
The reason
So
I don't
that-
include
that
Superman
really knocked
Ninja
out.
in the hidden boss category is that he doesn't come out to compete pretty much like maybe like once a month to a regular tournament.
Yeah, Raven is very busy. His work schedule is pretty
And-
hard.
Well, no, it's
Pretty
like
much
whenever
all of it.
Rave and Wing It come out, they usually get like top 3 or top 5. Like Wing It more so, but I'll say that Rave and Superman Ninja have had consistency issues, but I don't know.
Yeah, see.
I think Rave is in a bigger hidden boss category than Superman Ninja at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Ow, fuck.
Raven just has been having better performances. That's all there is to it. Like recently, so I mean that can all change within the next like months or whatever. But yeah, this
All
pure
right,
period, he
so-
had very solid performance.
So yeah, up next we have
Went to 3 tournaments.
straight out of Spider-Man 3, emo Peter Parker, aka Travis.
Hey.
It's the dark plaid. I'm sorry. It's when he combines with the symbiote. You know,
Oh, he
unleashes
uses
his
the eyeliner.
his
and then
true
he becomes
potential.
The bitch Spider-Man version.
So
Whatever you wanna call
Guideline.
that.
look at those numbers: 5th, 3rd, and 1st. That's a lot of. That's. I think Rush had the best placings overall compared to everyone,
Yeah,
pretty much.
He had the
Uh,
cleanest record.
Yeah, and his wins are great too. Korean, Dren, Snappy Wing It, among others. But yeah, not much to say,
Yeah,
man.
really solid
Rush,
performance, man.
Rush just did his thing.
this was definitely, in my opinion, one of like probably the best I've seen him perform. Like just playing wise, cleanliness wise, like even just like clutching it out in games where he was behind and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, just like you can just see from the placings, just very, very solid, clean, consistent performance.
All right, so
Unfortunate that he
actually,
didn't take it a set from an out-of-stater. I know he really wanted that. But
came
I mean,
close.
it's
Did
always
that
nice.
guarantee?
He was
for
very
us?
close, yes.
came
very
very close. Another hidden boss in his own right, Snappy. Snappy did well. He did very, very well this period.
Yep, with Breath of the Wild mains.
Breath of the-
Got the links
So I got
all
the
over
power.
the place.
Breath of the
Playing
Snappy.
Breath of the Wild, powered on.
Yeah, and it was quite a treat too. I know he actually went Link on the KCON stream too. So I mean, a lot of people must have been
Yeah.
hyped for that.
Oh yeah. Took Travis to the limit in that set. No pun intended.
Snappy-
Until
Snappy
you
always
got
puts on-
until you got limit cross slashed, you know. Then
Oh.
Ninth at KCON, 5th at
Second.
Mano Monthly 22, 2nd at Cafe GG. Yeah, bravo Snappy, bravo. All right,
Yeah, and
so
he's very flashy too. So
my other
hopefully-
student, TP,
hooray!
and Yeah, I think TP was another player that was honestly didn't have a whole lot of firepower for the PR, but did have a decent run at Cafe GG6, taking a set off of War in the process. So, since that happened, I believe he is now in contention. And again, 13th at the two bigs, definitely not a small accomplishment. So yeah, good stuff to TP. We'll see how he fares. He's definitely could be a sleeper pick. And the other asterisk, dude, I think this picture is great. The asterisk number 2 GSM COG Void. Yeah, he was kind of inactive this period, but he won KCON and Gamer Expo, so he's pretty much the best.
And didn't drop a fucking set, so
He didn't drop. Yeah, he didn't lose to anybody. Notable wins: Albadongo, Nakat, False, Exax. They're pretty good, right? They're all right.
Right.
Yeah. Good stuff, Void. Good stuff. Defending Hawaii for us.
Consistent record.
So good. So good.
yeah. Look at those consistent first.
Put him in.
Oh, and this boy. This guy had the performances of his career, in my opinion. Like, War really showed up for the big two, more or less.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Top 7 at both, getting 4th at Gamer Expo, outlasting Exax, which was great. And then he outlasted False in Winners Finals 3-1 to get 2nd place overall. That's insane. And he still got top 10 at Cafe GG6, even though he kind of quote-unquote got upsetted at that tournament. That's still amazing.
Yeah, suffered 2 minor upsets.
Like, he could have got last place, and he still would have made the PR. He may not, I don't know if he would have gotten first, but he definitely would have
He
been
was
fine.
guaranteed. Yeah, he was guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
What's crazy is he lost to King, but he wasn't even playing Ryu.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he doesn't like playing Ryu versus Sonic. Like that's not him.
Oh.
saying, like,
that
he
is his
like-
worst. Oddly enough, the two Sonic mains took him out at Cafe GG, which is
And
the worst matchup
last-
on paper.
Last but not least, putting the high in HID.
HID.
We gotta wing it. My man, wing it. So this guy is another super hidden boss, of course. Very, very successful when he comes out, usually. He missed Gamer Expo, which does hurt him quite a bit, but he had a decent run at KCON, and he did pretty good at Cafe GG6. He has wins on War, a win on War, which is very powerful in this discussion particularly. And yeah, so we'll see how he does. I think he'll be an outlier, but anything can happen, right? So we'll see. We'll see as the PR takes shape how his wins and losses stack up in the long run. So yeah, that's that.
Yep.
So I think we are
That's
ready
what's
to
coming.
begin. All right, guys. So ready to get this done?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Sounds
so we are now officially going to start. Once again, I am Dark M on the mic. And joining me on the panel is Korean, TP, Daze, and Zero. So, good crew diversity, for sure. So first things first. Void obviously going to be, I guess, spot 0, and False will be 0.5. Any problems?
Yeah.
Any problems with that? I mean, because there's no other. I can't really put it any other way.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, that's like, yeah.
I mean, you can make false 0.9, but whatever.
Oh,
Stop it.
oh, shit.
No.
Okay,
Stop it.
so beyond that, first place should be War. I think his big wins just.
Okay,
locked it.
wait. Before we start, we need to discuss and agree
Oh,
on
right.
what the value.
Oh
chart.
yeah, you're right.
Right.
So KCON for sure, and to an extent Gamer Expo, I think placings should be as important, if not a little bit more important, than who you beat, because of how big those events were. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. Like, usually we'll go matchup chart over placings. We usually go placings when we really gotta dig deep. But I feel like for those two specific tournaments, they should be a little bit more impactful when it comes to. I think the placings of KCON foremost should be the highest, and then under that Expo, and then under that I feel then it should be matchup charts, and then under the matchup chart is placing for other tournaments. I feel like that's the order we should do it, just because like, I mean realistically KCON is the major of Hawaii. Like it is the biggest Hawaii tournament. We have out-of-state talent come, and it should just, the value of placing high in that tournament is just really, really big. And then right under that, Expo is kind of like a smaller version of Expo or of KawaiiCon. It doesn't have an inflated bracket because Expo is not as big as KCON, but for the most part, the talent pool is about the same. And then we still had 4 out-of-staters as well for Gamer Expo.
Any other comments?
Mm,
Any arguments?
I understand the argument for KCON. I think 131. I can understand why we would value that before looking at wins. So I guess I can agree on that. But I think with Expo, I feel that there were 4 out-of-state players, but it was still 52 people. I think somewhere around 51 or 52 people. But that was. I don't think it's big enough where that trumps wins entirely. So I feel like it would be maybe KCON wins Expo, in my opinion. I think that's because I still feel like it should be really, really important, but I don't know if Expo was big enough to really outdo something like actually beating people.
Well, I mean, my point is that I'm pretty sure maybe a little bit more than 50 people from the Smash community went, like the active Smash community went to KCON, but KCON's bracket is like very inflated because it's KawaiiCon. You know what I mean?
Right,
There's a lot of DQs, so there's obviously like a lot of people that just enter and they don't come back, or people that just play the game on a more casual level and they just enter for fun. So I feel like that the amount of skill, like the overall skill level from the Hawaii Smash community was about the same. KawaiiCon was probably a little bit more. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Expo had more because it was more affordable. I don't know, but I feel like KCON's usually like the go-to. Like more people are gonna prioritize going to that than Expo. So
Yeah. I
mean, that's how I feel about it. Like I don't feel like the base number should matter that much, because like we can have a 200-man tournament, but if like our whole PR doesn't go, then what? You know what I mean? Like the skill, the roundabout skill level of the tournament is what I'm mainly looking at.
Yeah, okay, that is a good point. Yeah.
And I put KCON higher than Expo for 2 reasons. The base number was just bigger. But I mean, of course, I was saying it was inflated, right? So I kind of don't like that. But I mean, the numbers were bigger, and on top of that, the skill pool was even greater because there was 2 in the top 10 PGR. Number 6 and number 7 were there. As contrary to Expo, only 6 was there. So yeah, there's that as well. Which is why I think KCON should be a tier above Expo, but I do think it should be KCON, Expo, and then matchup charts.
Okay. Anything else that we want to touch on before we get into the top 10?
What about upsets? How are you
It
gonna?
probably comes
look at upsets?
after matchup charts, I would think.
Upsets are factored in after wins. So
Yeah.
yeah. Your big wins are far outweigh the big losses.
The
But
upsets.
yeah, but the upsets will be factored in if it's close. We'll
Just
be
wanted
going
to
into
confirm.
that as it becomes less and less clear cut as to who stands
Right,
above
right,
the
right,
other.
right.
So yeah. But thank you for asking.
But yeah,
Just
I'm
wanted
still
some
down to,
clarity on that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just wanted clarity on that, just to be sure.
Okay. I mean, we can still have a vote on it. Like, I'm not like, it's not like what I say is law. Like, if you guys think that it should be KCON, like, okay, we can all agree that KCON's on top, right? We can all agree on that.
No question.
Yeah.
No question.
Okay, so now for second, we can just cast a vote. Like, what do you guys think should be on the second tier? Because I mean, it's not like just what I say is it. We should just vote on it.
Expo.
So I mean, my vote is Expo.
Expo.
Uh-huh.
Expo.
Bobby's vote is Expo.
I'd say Expo.
Expo. No
Okay.
question.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
like there are 3 or 4 top players there. No question.
Okay. So second is Expo. Then we're going on the matchup charts, and then from there matchup charts. If we got to dig deeper, we'll go into placings from the other tournaments. So on and
Right.
so forth.
Okay.
Mhm.
That yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. I think does that cover everything then?
Yeah, for like
Yeah.
value tiers, yeah.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
just-
And if we
Usually we wouldn't have to do this, but this is a very unique PR period. The only one I would say came close to this is when everyone was introduced and we're using like their out-of-state performances.
Mhm.
This is kind of similar, but there was 2 big tournaments, so we have to kind of tear them off like that.
Right.
And if we do have to go further, like for viewer and Daze and Zero's sake, like if we come to like a really close call where after tournament placings we can't call it after that, like in the last PR period we had a case like this, we will explain like exactly what we do with like head-to-head game counts or whatever. No. So
Right,
if
head-to-head
it comes to that,
factor.
we'll explain that. Yeah. All right. So that should be everything. Then I think we can start.
Okay. Well, I think this one should be a no-brainer, right? Number 1.
All right, so it's already confirmed, right?
Yeah.
War.
Void, and then Void is 0.
Void
False is
0,
0.5.
Force 0.5.
Or whatever.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then Lore is number 1.
Yep.
Only player with wins on
Out-of-staters.
players.
And a double top 8
Set
performance
wins.
at the big 2.
Motherfucking set wins.
Yeah, 3 out of 5
Yep.
set wins.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question on that one.
Pretty good.
War is the second, I believe, second person that was living in Hawaii from Hawaii, living in Hawaii, that took a set out of an out-of-stater. The first one, or in Smash 4, the first one being LT when
He beat
played.
DK Will and Ninja Link.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Void did not beat an out-of-stater when he lived here.
I don't
In a-
think he
in a
got to
tournament
play
setting.
any of them. Yeah, I don't think he got to play any of them because J-Tails ended up eliminating Will. Oh no, Will ended up eliminating
Right.
Jay,
And then LT
eliminated
eliminated
eliminated.
He came very close at KCON. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
LT.
just want to put it in
Yeah,
perspective of like someone that lives in Hawaii, from Hawaii, lives in Hawaii. It rarely happens for us to like have someone to do that. So it's very very
It's
big
huge,
deal,
it's
very
huge.
impactful. It's
Yeah.
very fucking huge.
Yeah.
So like it. I was talking to someone yesterday, like when Wayne entered that last Cafe GG, and I was like, Wayne could have just like literally lost to anybody, like, and got last place. He still would have got first, because just that's literally just how impactful this is.
Yep. The other key, which will kind of transition into our number 2 spot, is that there's a certain person within our top 5 that he somehow didn't get matched up against.
Mhm.
Miraculously.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, which I will start the transition with the saying that I feel strongly that Rush is our number 2 on this period.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah,
agree.
I agree with that.
Well, I think out of everyone, he has like the most squeaky clean record. I mean, he has one loss to Daze, and then like positive against everybody else he played in the PR.
Yep. No losses other than that. Well, he lost to Korean, but like he has a winning record on Korean.
Yeah, he has a winning record.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very very clean, very positive record.
All right, so
Yeah.
Lore it is number 1
Oh,
spot,
yeah. Or for number 1.
unanimous.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
I think number 2 is probably also clear cut, and I think had it not been for the out-of-state wins, this guy would have been first, and I think that's going to be Rush.
Yeah. That would
Yeah.
be-
I don't
If
think there's-
Rush was able to close out a set versus like maybe at least one out-of-stater,
If he beat
probably would've got
Psyche.
first on the-
If he had beaten
There would have been
Psyche
an
or
argument,
Void,
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he would have got there.
He even got close to beating Void, and Void is the highest value out-of-stater.
Out of Tater. Yeah.
to beat.
Unfortunately,
He's so
though-
high, he's worth 0.
Yeah.
Right, like he's number 6, like
Yeah.
PR. So to get a win on him would have outvalued Wayne's wins on the two players he got.
Definitely.
Yep.
Exact and false.
And his
They're both
result
great
and his
players, but
results
just
were overall
the-
better.
Like according to PGR, is more
No,
valuable.
and overall, Rush's results were just way better. Like, he just got top. He got
Rush
way more top
had a
three.
more consistent, and I mean, this is I mean, I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but like I've seen his data many times, and Wayne is usually the guy that he has very high highs, but then he can not be so consistent. He can have lower lows, but he does have very high highs. When Wayne is playing good, like it's it's hard to play against, and it's just really good. So. Yeah, I mean, definitely, I feel like Rush just overall had more consistency for sure, but just not being able to net that set. And he had Game 3 against Void, he had Game 5 against Psyche, Game 3 against False. So, I mean, he's gotten super close on 3 occasions, but just wasn't able to close it out on that last game. So unfortunate. But, I mean, definitely, if he did, he definitely would have been, like, I think a shoo-in for #1.
Okay, so that's easy. 1 and 2, War, Rush. Can
number
we
3?
move on to number 3?
Yeah,
All right.
number 3.
All right, number 3. I believe we don't need. I don't know if we need to look at the numbers for this one either. I want to say Korean.
I feel like top 4 is gonna play out pretty clean cut, but I mean we should still discuss it just for the sake of the stream.
Yeah.
so they
Okay.
know what to
Well,
do.
I'll just throw Korean out there for third. I think he should be third.
Yeah. I also agree with that. Looking at his numbers, also very clean. He has no non-PR upsets. Looking at this real quick, all of his losses are pretty much snappy once. Lost to Falls, lost to War, a couple of other outer staters I'm pretty sure he lost to. And then,
And lost to Rush many times.
yeah. Yeah, we'll just leave it at many times.
Yeah.
You two were like
Still has
magnetically
one
connected this period. You guys couldn't stop bumping into each other.
I don't mind. I really enjoy my sets with Rush. They're very usually very exciting. So
Thank you both for giving us the best pop-off ending to a set that we've ever had.
Are you talking about Game Rush?
It was the most emotional ending to a set that we've ever had.
Yeah.
for the record, I've never done that in my life ever, and I've been playing since like 08 Brawl.
Yeah.
Never done that in my life.
I can attest to that.
Well, anyway, yeah. Any other arguments for anyone at 3?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
that's
the only
okay.
person that would have come close is like who we're gonna suggest for 4, which is Darren.
Hmm.
But you'll see he has quite a few.
Yeah, I think
losses.
the Expo performance is just that what happened to Expo is not gonna make it. If he did well at Expo, then like Korean Darren for spot 4 or 3 or 4 would have been like more of a debate. But since the performance at Expo, it's just gonna go to Korean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Congrats, Korean. Number 3. So number
thank you,
4. I'm gonna throw Darren's name out there. What are your guys' thoughts?
Anyone? No?
Anyone?
Okay. Well, yeah, I agree with that. One of the few people to have a win on War, which is huge because wins on 1 are really big.
Mhm.
Of course, he didn't do very well at Expo, but
But KCON.
the people that I'm thinking, well, I guess that I won't mention the next people yet, but yeah, I mean, he was just really solid. Did he have a non-PR upset? I don't think he had a major upset. Darren, No, he did not.
The people that I'm suggesting for top 5 have no non-PR losses. So
Right, yeah.
Darren
so
is
really
clean.
his worst loss was King, arguably, and Click, because they might not make the PR, or they might, I don't know, but still they would be on the lower end. So technically, those are his worst losses.
Correct.
And then he had a huge showing at KCON 5th. It's pretty huge.
Oh yeah,
So
just really solid.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think anybody else really fits in.
Yeah, and again, he got top 5 at KCON, which is
Yeah, that 5th spot,
Incredible.
or maybe 5th at KCON, I don't think anyone could really contest his 4th spot. There's
Yeah,
just no way.
especially because he got the win on War too. On top of that.
Yeah, and I mean, we all knew this coming into the discussion. 1 through 4 was going to be like very
Pretty easy.
solidified, very
Yeah.
easy,
Yeah,
very straightforward.
This is where things start to get normally, hard.
This is when shit gets juicy.
Yeah.
When shit hits the fan.
Also,
Yeah,
shout
no,
shout outs to A&D, currently the best in Hawaii as of right now.
As
Oh,
of
yeah.
fucking, like,
As
2
of the
hours
as of the
ago.
May June period, he is the best right now. But that's another story. But still,
Yo,
Yeah.
who is the best? Who's the best?
Who's the best?
who is the best?
Who's the best?
All
I'm
right.
the best.
So okay, so let's move on to spot number 5.
Yes.
And I'm also gonna throw a name out there. I am gonna throw out Snappy. I think Snappy is a solid contender for 5th. I'm not saying that
I agree.
there aren't others, but I think he's pretty got it already. So, what do you guys think?
Okay, let me review this.
See, well, he had a really good showing at KCON 9th.
Yeah, he had a
Yep.
great showing.
He has
Didn't go to
a
Expo, so we
win
can't
on
rank
Korean.
that.
He had a win on Korean in this period, as well as Daze. The win on Korean is pretty good because Korean is in that above him.
Korean's third, right? Yeah.
So
He has wins on 3 of the past PR and 1 on the honorable mention from last period. So, pretty good.
And at this point, getting 9th at KCON is the highest placing someone's gonna get, other than the people in top 4, right?
Okay. yeah.
Right.
So I mean, that's pretty much as like KCON placing wise, that's the best you're gonna get.
right.
Yep.
And like Bobby mentioned earlier, he doesn't have any non-PR upsets. So
Yep. He is squeaky clean.
He's actually very clean. His worst loss. Well, yeah, I guess his worst loss is Click. If I'm looking at this, I mean, like, of his losses, 3 of them came to Rush. Just put it to you that way.
Oh,
Yeah, that's, I think, more than half of his losses, or half.
yeah, and then one of them to Dren. So
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's pretty uncontested as well. I think.
Yeah, he's clean.
Yep. And
I
pretty
mean,
much
okay,
everything.
I'm trying
He
to
only went to
think,
3 tournaments, right? This whole period. Those are the 3 on the card.
Yeah.
And all of them he did great. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I'm trying to think of people that could contest him, and I'm just thinking of people that got 9th at KCON, and off the top of my head, that's Click, Rave,
Fruit Basket.
and
That's
A&D.
No,
A&D.
Click Rave
A&D,
A&D.
but
their record.
those guys are not. They're not gonna be strong enough to contest for the top 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because okay, I mean A&D, no. Okay.
Yeah, Andy doesn't
Rave
have any
doesn't have
wins
any
on the higher
upsets.
end.
So he's banking on the double 9th. But then
As
Snappy
is
has-
A&D, I think. Oh no, did A&D get double 9?
Yeah, I think
No.
he did.
No. I don't
He did
think
not?
so. No, I would have noticed it if he got double 9th.
He had 9th at KCON and 13th at
13th. Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
the thing that I'm looking at is that none of the players like you're mentioning right now really has any wins on the higher.
Because that's where
right
we
now.
have to go, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to go to wins. and that just doesn't-
Snappy's the only one that has a win on anybody above him.
Yeah.
You look, Andy has a win on D's Fruit Basket, but those are people we haven't talked about yet. So, I mean,
And again, Snappy's super
So,
clean.
but here's the thing. I'm just throwing this out to throw it out.
mhm.
But I think the only person that could contend Snappy at the moment is Raven with double 9th. But then he has no his matchup
No wins.
spread doesn't look as
Yeah.
solid as
Yeah,
Snappy.
because I think we need. You can't just like. I don't think it's enough to have like a double 9. I think you also need wins too. Like maybe later in the PR, double 9 will be enough. But I do think, like for right now,
I
double
think
9 and no
yeah.
wins isn't gonna get him. Yeah.
I think the fact that Snappy got 2nd at Cafe GG6 and he has a win on Korean and no major upsets, I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only way Snappy wouldn't be able to be 5 is if the 9th was at Expo instead of KCON. But the fact that it is KCON and the fact that he has the upsets, like it all stacks within his
Yeah,
favor.
that's pretty much yeah.
But I do think that double 9 for Rave's gonna come in later. We're gonna see him. I think we're gonna see him.
It will depend if his lack of wins will hurt him or not. So we'll see.
Well, because we did say that we would value placings at those 2 tournaments very high. Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Right, but I think for now we're all agreeing Snappy for 5.
Snappy
Yeah.
for 5, yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Damn.
congratulations.
This is the highest he's ever gotten on the
Congrats.
PR, I think. So congrats.
Getting top 5 in this PR is
Pretty big.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's usually a spot held down by like the Zekins of the world or the Brigades. So
Yeah.
yeah, props to Snappy for breaking that barrier. It's nice to see some change in the PR.
All right. Now we go on to 6.
All right, guys.
Oh,
I'm actually gonna get a bottle of water real quick because I think I'm gonna
Oh,
need
okay.
it.
It's about to go.
Yeah, this is about to get
quote
real.
unquote half
So
second.
I am going to play. I'm gonna play an ad real quick and then we'll
Yeah.
resume. So
Oh, that means they can't hear us.
yeah,
Cool.
I'll see you guys in 30 seconds.
Hey, so is Charles' mic peaking in anybody else's ears but mine?
Yes, it is. Like a lot.
Oh. Yeah, I was like,
What's it
your
doing?
mic is peaking.
Whenever, yeah, I don't know. It seems sensitive. It's like super sensitive.
Yeah.
Sometimes
So
when you
you're
try
like
talking.
talking, and then it sounds like you like literally put the mic inside of your mouth.
Okay, I moved it away. Is that better?
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
it's
know,
like it's
yeah.
like random. Like you'll be talking, and out of nowhere, it'll just get super loud. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Oh, I think
Like
this mic's
blow
getting
speakers.
old. Yeah.
Yeah,
this
no.
mic is getting old.
That's why I was like, I swear I heard TP react to it earlier, but he hasn't said anything.
I
yet.
did. I did. I thought I was like, is it just me? I didn't know if anyone else was hearing it.
Yeah, and then Bobby's mic is like breaking up a little bit, but I think that just might be me.
I think it's like the connection. Sometimes Discord lags.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
Oh,
can't
so
like
I think
open other
for
tabs.
this next spot, I think it might be interesting to hear from Daze, because I don't think he said anything yet. So I kind of want to hear.
He said yes a few times.
Yeah, dog, yeah.
All right, I'm back.
All right. Oh, okay. Are we
Again,
back?
thank you if you guys don't have ad block enabled. I appreciate it. It helps out the stream. And if you're subbed, you bypass ads automatically. So thank you if you subbed. We are 4 subs
Oh, shit.
away
That means the budget
from
is
that
still
4th emote. Once we unlock emote levels, the emotes stay with the channel forever. So something to think about if you're thinking of subbing. Thanks, Coffee. I appreciate it. Oh, and good job today. I saw you went to the tournament today.
Was that Andy?
Shoutouts to UHM Smash for the host.
Oh, thank you.
UHM Smash?
It's the Melee stream, the Melee PM stream. All right, you guys.
The Melee stream, yeah. Didn't know that.
Ready? Ready for number 6?
This
Alright,
is where
right,
things get interesting.
This is where things are gonna get debatable. So
Yeah.
let's see. Daze, you've been kind of quiet. Why don't you start for number 6? No, I like to get everybody involved in the discussion. So
Talk, bitch.
Ooh,
damn,
ooh,
TP, be nicer to
chill,
the new
dog.
guys. Simmer down.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry. Anyway, let's go.
Okay. So based on placings, I'd say be a good contender for number 6.
Oh, we're talking
And
about
probably
Rave? Sorry, you cut out. Did you say Rave?
Fruit Basket.
Fruit Basket. Okay.
Mmm,
Prestoon.
I
Ooh.
see.
Ooh, the pretzel.
Okay.
And then I guess I could also say A&D.
Interesting. Why in particular E&D, do you think? Because of the 9th place at
Well, just
KCON?
based on placings, like
Okay.
Yeah, because 9th at KCON.
they have the highest, overall placings. But I think Preston also has, like, for a matchup wise, he also has the wins to solidify him in that spot. And Dren also has a win on Daze and Click.
And should mention that Preston won a tournament, the smaller one.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
he did
won
win a
that
tournament.
one. Yeah.
Although then again, I guess we're counting that a little later in the
Mhm.
hierarchy.
Yeah.
Mm,
Zero, what do you think?
I'm just like looking at this double 9 from Rave, because like we said that we would value those pretty high, and I'm just like, because I don't know,
Well, I think
I don't know if I would,
Sorry,
I don't
go.
know if I would put A&D there though, like.
Well, see, this is
Because-
why it was a little iffy about just purely placings, because it's like, okay, you get double 9, but you have no win, so it's like
yeah.
that's where it creates problems.
Okay, so let's here's okay. I kind of see Now, we didn't really gauge on how much more valuable it is. I mean, we just did a base
Yeah.
value chart. Okay, so
right.
okay, my opinion, like what I'm looking at right now is I'm looking at the placings at first off KCON, then Expo, right? Then I'm kind of like, from there I'm like, okay, who within the top 5 do they have upsets? Right now, Fruit Basket is looking pretty juicy. I mean, the 13th on the KCON hurts, 9th on the Expo is pretty good, but he has a win on 4. But here's the thing. Here comes Click. I'm looking at Click right now. 9th at KCON. That's pretty much the best you can get right now at this area that we're discussing, right? 9th at KCON, fucking solid. That's the best you can get. 70th at Expo, kind of flubbed there, but has a win on 4 and 5. So that the 17th at Expo sucks for Click, but having a win on 4 and 5 is big. And then A and D is 9th at KCON, 13th at Expo, a little bit more consistent there, but he has no wins
No
on top
wins,
5.
yeah. So
On top 5. So, I mean, right now I'm kind of looking at the people who stand out to me right now is Click and Fruit Basket. The double 9th from Raven looks good, but he doesn't have any wins within the top 5.
Right, yeah.
I feel like
I can
both
agree.
Click and Fruit Basket should be above Raven.
Okay, so here, let me look. I can agree based on the criteria and everything. Click and Fruit Basket being in this area. Hang on, let me look real quick. I want to look at Daze real quick.
yeah, no, Daze actually has a win on a Russian.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, that's why I wanted. Yeah, so KCON Daze got 17th, which really hurts, and he got 13th at Expo. So yeah, his placings are weak, but he has really strong wins. So maybe he comes in right after this section. So maybe we put that off for now. So, yeah, if that's the case, then I guess we do push Daze back a few spots, maybe, and then we talk about this first and then go on. So I just wanted to look at Daze real quick. Sorry. But yeah, I can agree on Click and Fruit Basket being in this spot. But I would say, yeah, in that case, I would say Fruit Basket at 6 because, yes, he has 1 win on Darren, and then Click has 1 on Darren and Snappy. However, Fruit Basket has the head-to-head on Click 2-0, and Fruit Basket is much cleaner than Click. Click has a lot of bad losses in this period. Well,
Okay,
3 bad losses.
So while we're on that subject, let's talk about losses outside of like the big 2 and then all the other locals. When do those start factoring in? Because from this point on,
I think when we
nobody is safe from non-PR losses. Everyone has at least one big blow up. So when do those start factoring
it's
in?
like it's in a situation like this where we look, where they're really close, and then like like Fruit Basket, like for instance, like I said, Fruit Basket has a head-to-head on Click, and he's cleaner than Click. So maybe I am jumping a little bit to go straight to the losses, but I do think if we debated this long enough, it would eventually come down to that.
Because we usually prioritize wins, then go with losses, right?
Right, and then we see that Click does have the win on Snappy.
Okay, so here's what I'm seeing right now. So let's go off. Let's take it from the top, right? Click beats the most valuable thing. Click beats Fruit Basket in. He outplaced them at KCON. Then we go down the line.
Oh, you mean yeah. Okay.
Right. Then we'll go down to the second tier value. Expo, Fruit Basket outplaces Click at Expo. By a larger margin than Click outplaced him at KCON.
Yeah, 2 places, yes.
Right. Okay. So I feel like that. Like, can we agree that kind of evens out in a sense?
In a sense,
KCON is more valuable than Expo.
Right?
That's fair.
Okay,
that's fair.
Okay, so we can just totally negate those 2 factors, right?
Yeah. That's fair.
So we move on to the next one, which are wins.
Which would be wins.
With now we're going matchup chart, right? So now we're totally ignoring KCON and Expo because negated, even out. Now let's look at the matchups. All right, so we're gonna go first. We go for wins. So Click beats him in the sense that he has
4 and 5
and 4 5. Fruit Basket only has on
Darren.
4.
Darren, right?
However, though, this is a problem. Fruit Basket 2-0 over Click.
Right. So now Fruit Basket has the head-to-head on Click, right?
Yeah,
It
and
does.
it's not just 1 win; it's 2 wins, and I think that's more significant than being 1-0, in my opinion.
Does that outweigh the win on Snappy? I'm gonna go back to the spreadsheet. I'm gonna look at their overall placings just to get a better idea.
Oh yeah, I was looking at their placings. I think for baskets placings were a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, because he got that first place.
At the
Where he
Manoa.
ironically beat. Yeah, that's where he actually beat Click.
Yeah, they
And
got
then,
they got first and second at the Manoa Monthly 21,
mhm.
and
Mhm.
they placed
And then
about the
Fruit Basket was-
same
Yeah.
at Cafe GG5. And again, they placed about the same at between Expo and KCON respectively. Preston did not compete at Cafe GG6, so we can't use that as data.
Six.
He did not.
The one that does stick
he
out
did
though
compete
is
in
the Smash Series 27.
Series.
17th
Yeah.
place versus 9th place. But what I'm trying to figure out here is when does all of this extra stuff outweigh the win on Snappy? Because that's what we're debating, right? The win on Snappy versus whatever
and,
else Fruit
I
Basket
mean,
has
for me,
accomplished.
throughout previous PRs, I've seen people like literally get on the PR off of a win on a top 5. Like getting a
Yeah.
win on a top 5 is huge. In my
And he
opinion.
has a win on 2. So I mean, he has wins on Dren.
Well, I
and
mean,
Snapper.
what the fourth is essentially negated. They
Yeah.
both have
win
an
on
upset on Darren.
So yeah, we look at 5 back. Yeah.
Right. So now we're in a spot where Fruit Basket has no wins on a top
Mhm.
5 essentially, and Click has the win on Snappy, which is a top
But
5.
the problem is that, and this is why I can't say Click over Fruit Basket, is because Fruit Basket's 2-0 over Click.
Right.
And
so
I don't
like,
think we can ignore that. Yeah.
But so Fruit Basket wins the head-to-head, but I do still feel that an upset overvalues head-to-head. Like, okay, so like for example, Rush won the head-to-head in Korean on the last PR period, but Korean still got first on the PR because just like overall consistency, right? Because that's what we're looking
Yeah.
at. But I mean,
Yeah.
in that same argument, Fruit Basket. I don't want to look at placings for consistency because that's the very last thing we look at. But for matchup spread wise, like, okay, let's go into matchup spread, win loss, and who, like, count how much like blue and greens they have, and then count how much like
Okay.
losing.
I guess for this sake, we would ignore false for Fruit Basket because that doesn't really count, right? Or not that doesn't count, but
Right, that's out of state, I guess.
Yeah, it's out of state.
yeah,
so.
yeah,
Like the fact that Fruit Basket got to play him is like good.
Played him twice.
yeah, yeah. So okay, so Fruit Basket. 6. Okay, 6.
Also, for the record, Fruit Basket
four,
has one non-PR loss, and this is really dumb because I know Kenny and Arrow are good players, but Click technically has 3 non-PR losses. So.
Oh yeah, we should specify. I don't think we said this at any point in the stream, so everyone at home is probably like, "What the hell?" We, by definition, came to the conclusion that if you're not in consideration in the last PR, within like this PR period or the last PR period, then by definition you're a major upset. So, GG's to everyone who lost to people like Dan and Superman Ninja.
Pretty much.
I mean, essentially, like, it just sucks because not everyone that's really good can be active. So when players like Kenny Poo, who's a previous #1 on the PR, Arrow, I'm pretty sure if he tried, he could get like top 5 at least, or not at least, but he could get top 5 if he really tried, or at least get on the PR. Like there's a lot of players like that they'll come out sometimes, but they don't come out all the time, so we can't consider them for PR. But technically, if you lose to someone that's not in consideration on this one or last one, yeah, it counts as a major upset.
Yeah, kind of sucks. I mean, what? Such is life.
No,
It just
yeah.
sucks.
See,
Like we have to make
No,
it black and white.
okay, so I'm not gonna acknowledge too many things in the chat because we're discussing, but I'm gonna acknowledge Travis's point. Yes, we know they are technically Kenny and Arrow are technically top 10 players in a perfect world, but by definition, they are major upsets. As unfortunate as it is.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's unfortunate, but we have to make it. There has to be a point where it's like black and white because then I can just like smoothly say like, oh well, you know,
No,
I
they-
did lose to this guy, but we know he's good. You know what I mean? Like,
it just gets messy after that.
it just gets messy. Like in the end, we just have to put a definition on it. Like that's just all it comes
Well,
down
because
to.
at
It's
that point it
unfortunate.
would just be objective, right? Not, I mean, that would be just.
It'd be
based on-
subjective, yeah.
Yeah, subjective, and we're just trying to keep this
Yeah.
objective as possible based on results.
Yes.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
There's already a lot of
So, okay,
objectivity in
so
this
wait,
discussion as
Three
is.
major upsets, and how much does Fruit Basket have?
One.
Fruit Basket
One.
only lost to Quilava. That's it.
Okay.
Ironically, it was his first set of the period.
Yeah, that's pretty clean.
All right. So in excluding out of staters, who has more winning, ties, and losing?
They both so they both have 6 total losses within these 14 players.
Mhm.
Let's
6
see.
losing matchups.
Like 6 losses is what I mean. Just total losses. So
Okay.
like the 1, 2, Click has 3 losing, like perfectly losing matchups, or I guess that's all his losing matchups.
Yeah, I just need to know
Preston
losing, winning,
has-
and tied.
Preston has 2. Preston has 2 losing matchups. So Click has 3 losing matchups. Preston has 2. Click has 2 ties, and Fruit Basket also has 2 ties, but he has a winning matchup as well. Well, I guess in addition to
So who has
like
more?
those were
winning?
just the 1, 2, 3 for Fruit Basket, 1, 2 for Click.
All right. So
Yeah.
it comes down to this, guys. Fruit Basket is more consistent in overall matchups, winning in the winning side and the losing side. He has more winning matchups, and he has less losing matchups. He has less major upsets, and so Fruit Basket is pretty much more consistent across the whole board matchup wise.
Mhm.
And we are using matchup as the third tier, and within this third tier, I would say that's
Like-
the second tier. But I feel like so within this third tier, there's the first tier of do you have an upset within top 5, right? We can agree
Okay.
with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We
Yeah.
usually that's how we do it, right? And then next, it's kind of just like, base matchup, like just how much positive matchups do you have, how much negative matchups, how much tying matchups, and then within that, there's the head-to-head and blah blah blah. I feel like Fruit Basket, since he literally beats him out in every single category here, I personally, I'm gonna have to agree with TP that will outweigh the 1-on-5 because he's just literally beating him out in every single category, and if we even go deeper, he beats him in placings.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
tournaments. So I mean, I'm gonna cast my vote and like just yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think.
So
In
that
favor
that's
of Fruit
that
Basket,
that's
so
two
that's-
that's 2 votes in favor of Fruit Basket. Daze
Yeah.
or Zero, do you have any? Do you guys have your opinion?
I'm leaning more toward Preston.
Okay. Can you tell me why?
Oh, why?
No, I just want to know because you might have a point of view that none of us have. It's always good to get
Mm.
everyone's thoughts out.
Just overall, like this time around. Then I also think that the head-to-head kind of matters too because that one tournament he beat Click twice.
Okay. Zero.
So,
What about you?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Fruit Basket. This is where you were asking. So when does the win on Snappy not matter anymore? After looking at the stats, their head-to-head, like you said, the placements, and then the upsets. I mean, I think all those things culminate to it not mattering anymore. So I think,
Okay.
then yeah, I'm gonna cast my vote for Preston as well.
Okay. My thoughts are because Snappy is 5th. If it had been a top 3 win, I think it would have mattered. I think Click would have edged him out. But I think because it was just barely like
Yeah,
the
top 3 win, yeah.
the 5th place win, I think it's very close. But I do like Preston's consistency as well. But it was very, very close.
Yeah, I think it gives Preston a very slight. The fact, like, I do hold a lot of value in that 5th spot.
I would actually be almost comfortable tying them for the same place, honestly, because they both have different positives and negatives. So.
Mhm.
But yeah, there can only be one. So.
because
Yeah.
of the ties.
But yeah, okay. So
Princeton has that head to head.
So Fruit Basket at
Yeah,
number
that-
6, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Told me he was gonna get 6. He didn't believe me.
So with that being
Stuck
said,
on
since
that.
it was such a close call, is Click a lock for 7th? Does anybody
Yeah.
contend with him?
Well, based on all the criteria, it is kind of hard now to see if there's anyone who contends. I still think.
Because if there was
because
someone
I-
that close, wouldn't we have been talking about them before?
Yeah, because see, the thing is, I was trying to bring up Daze, but again, Daze's placements, placing at KCON was the kind of the deal breaker, right? Because he got
Right.
17th.
Yeah,
And
but-
Rave, again, we discussed Rave where it's like 9-9, but no
But
wins.
no wins. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out some names just to get people's minds going. Daze still hasn't been brought up yet. Again, we've been talking about Rave. TP hasn't been brought up yet. Neither has Wing It, which is another sleeper pick. I think.
Or King.
Or King.
Yeah, Wing It is.
And Brigade and
it's gonna be
A&D haven't
interesting
really been
because-
talked about yet either.
The thing about
Oh,
Wing
yeah.
It is that
Yeah.
he didn't go to Gamer Expo, yeah. So
Right.
yeah,
right,
so
right, right.
he doesn't have that, and he only got 13th at KCON. I mean, it's good, but
At this point, that's the second highest placing you can get at KCON.
yeah.
Within the tiers we're talking.
The problem is that he might actually miss out because of lack of result. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
how are we waiting that win on Strides? I'm just wondering because he was technically an out-of-state player, but I mean, how are we
Yeah,
waiting?
that's why I wanted to know. Like, I know because Strides isn't.
I mean,
the
he's
PG
not-
player, of course, but
No
Yeah.
offense to my boy Strides, but he's not ranked, so. It
Right.
is-
yeah,
I
right.
just wanted-
That's
it-
why
it
I
is-
wanted-
it
it's a
is
good
what it
win,
is.
But,
Like,
yeah,
Okay. I think getting back
That's what I
to
think
since
too.
you said out of state players, Tom the Bomb, I think he's set to be PR'd pretty soon, if not already. So that would have a little bit more weight if he
Who,
was
Strides?
PR'd in his region. No, Tom the Bomb.
Who's? Oh, Tom the Bomb.
Tom
Tom
the
the
Bomb.
Bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I heard
Just a
correctly.
shout outs to that.
So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
So
I guess are we locking Click for 7 then? Because I don't know if we have anything else at this point.
I think the only one that comes close would be Rave, just in terms of his the raw numbers of 9th
In
and
terms of
9th.
the placing. Yeah.
Yeah. But
All right. So I guess we got
Yeah.
Click at 7, right?
anyone else?
Oh fuck, this is hard. Yeah, I think Click at 7.
Yeah, the double 9th is
then-
like really strong, but Rave didn't play anybody. Or if he did,
Yeah.
he didn't beat anybody in the higher PR placings. So that I think that really hurts him. But
yeah, it sucks that he
yeah.
didn't beat anybody relevant. Like because I know he got that
Dude,
one.
yeah.
It's not relevant.
if he had beaten like
No,
one
he's, like,
top
kind of
5
good.
player, I think he would already be ranked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right. So then with that, we move to 8, right?
so are we okay? So are we unanimously agreed with Click being 7th?
Yes.
Yeah, he just edges out anybody else with his wins and placing at KCON. That's why. I
All right.
think.
Congrats to Click. Your first PR placing, I believe.
Raja, yo, good shit, Click.
Good shit,
Yo, I'm
Click.
happy.
I think Click has been on PR before.
In the
No.
previous system. In the previous
The
system.
previous
he was.
system, not in the system though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was HM for like 3 months or like.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know what that means?
Yeah,
Click?
he was
Can
for
I
he was
do,
forever
amateur
forever.
Yeah.
tournaments?
HM.
Click is now out of amateurs. Yeah.
No, Click, you don't get to go to amateur tournaments anymore. Your best friend Dennis.
I
Yeah.
know.
No,
I know you're.
Your best friend Dennis will miss
Click
you.
plays for Click.
Yeah, I can teach you that again, man.
He just enters.
Right.
He just enters PCGs and just shit just starts going wrong, dude.
Yeah,
You
dude.
shouldn't.
Yeah, he really should just stop. Yeah, just this is probably a good thing for him. We're
Yeah,
doing
Click.
him a favor.
So yeah, good job, Click. Good job. You earned it.
Congratulations.
You had a good run. All right,
There's only
so there's 3 places left.
holy shit.
So here's where we start cashing in the last minute stuffs. So the people that are left. Let's see. So A&D is still there. Brigade is still there. Daze,
King, myself.
King, Rave,
no, we don't have to talk about King.
TP,
Yeah.
uh,
Wow.
Wong It.
Yeah. Should we start eliminating people before moving on, or should we go down the list still?
No, I think we wait until like the last absolute spot, pretty
Okay,
much,
okay.
before we start counting people out. Because you never know.
So
Because
we are at
equity
8
can
now.
always change with the PR. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so Andy,
Alright.
Brigade, Daze, King, Rave, TP, Winged. Did I miss anybody?
No, I think that's it. I think.
So,
I mean, we have the list here, so we can always pull them up.
Correct.
yeah, I got that. Too.
Yeah. All right. So for 8 now,
So is
So
there
we're talking-
anybody?
so we're-
Anybody want to?
the names we were throwing around were Rave, Daze, and I'd heard Andy was also being thrown around.
Mhm.
Now, this doesn't mean these 3 are locked for 8 through 10 because there's other people who could maybe overtake them. But these seem to be the names that we're going to talk about first, at least for the 8 spot.
Right.
Okay.
Mm,
All right. Well, I haven't done that much
Placement-wise-
talking. So, do you want me to start, or Zero? Do you want to
Alright.
go?
yeah.
Sure,
Go ahead.
go for it.
Go
Hello.
ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I think that someone that we should be talking about at this point is Daze, the Dank Moose,
Yes.
because he's got to win on 2 and 4, and 6, and 7 or 6. Yeah, just 6. 2, 4,
No,
and
6.
6.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really freaking good.
So he should be 8.
And
4, 6,
so
8, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
no joke,
maybe maybe he could be 8th, possibly.
I think so, because, okay, so here's my thing with Daze is that, yeah, his placings are bad, but his wins are really good.
This is him and Rave are like polar opposites. Placed really
Yeah.
well, didn't get to beat anybody. Placed okay, but you know didn't. He took some names. So yeah, how is Daze not higher with the win on 2? Can we talk about that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I think he should be.
All right, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because
I
we were
will break
talking-
down. Oh, did you want to go Zero?
Yeah,
No,
go
no,
ahead. Go ahead, Zero. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm looking at obviously placing wise, this is in my opinion the two biggest categories are the KCON and Expo, and
KCON Expo.
Raven outplaces him in both. And at KCON, the most valuable one, he outplaces him by 2 placings,
2 spots.
2 spots, and then at Expo, the second most valuable thing, he places him by 1 spot. And then we go down the next tier of upsets, especially like really focal pointing on top 5. He also has on 6, but 2 and 4 where Rave has none. So that's Daze kind of beats him there. But then I feel so now we're gonna go into matchup spread, right? So Raven, let's count how much Raven has negative wise, excluding out of staters. Raven has 1, 2.
That's it.
And so
'Cause he
he's
hasn't
2
played.
negative, 1 tie, and 2 positive.
And 2 positive.
Now, if
Wow.
we look at Daze, he has, so counting negatives, excluding out of staters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5.
Six.
I think it's. Oh no, 6. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 6.
No, it's 6 because of orange. Yeah.
And then, yeah, I'm counting orange, yeah. And then he has 2 ties and 1 positive. So I think Raven trumps him overall because like this matchup spread is very, very highly in favor of Raven. He broke even on winning and losing matchups, and then he has a tie as to where
With
Daze has
Daze.
2 ties
Yeah.
and has like 6 negative matchups and then 1 winning matchup. He does have very high highs, but I just feel like Raven is just overall more consistent, and then the consistency shows obviously on the placings for KCON and Expo, which are like the 2 highest valued things. So he essentially has 2 KCON spots over him and an Expo spot over him. No wins on any of the top 5 or 6 at that matter. But yeah, I mean that's just my opinion. And then also for major upsets, Raven has 1 major upset to Dex, as to where Daze has 2 major upsets to JLX and Zero.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Oh my god.
Zero, you
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
Dude, you're like the Sarlacc pit, man,
Yeah.
just dragging everyone down.
Devouring their souls.
It was the plan.
For 1,000
the whole
years.
time.
Was the plan?
No,
So,
but
I mean,
I can see what you're saying, but when do cause a win on 2, like that's kind of big in my opinion. Like I know he outplays.
It is really big, yeah.
A win
It
on
was hard
2 is big,
because
though.
he-
Remember, we agreed that KCON and
Yeah,
Expo are
Kid Con
bigger.
Expo would take. So because he wins those 2 categories, and then he also wins the head to head. Yeah.
No,
It's
they're tied in the head-to-head. They're one on
Oh,
one
I
with
see,
each
I see.
other.
They're
Daze
one-
beat him at
that's
the
their tie, yeah.
Daze beat him at the
Oh, he
last
did.
minute
I see.
at Cafe GG6.
Yeah.
Like, if you
What,
just
dude? I thought you get cucked by.
if you put it down on paper,
No, Zero, that's me. I'm the one who.
No, Rave has been
Last time I
Daze's
checked,
demon
he's
for a
like-
while.
yeah,
I think
for a
he's beaten
while,
him like
yeah.
the last 3 sets that they played before this. So
so I mean, just looking at it, black and white paper, the category Daze's wins is on the 3rd tier. Raven beats him on the 1st tier, which is KCON.
Yeah,
The 2nd tier, which is Expo,
Yeah.
loses to him on the 3rd tier, and on the 1st tier, on the very 1st tier, he beats him by 2 placings. 2
Oh,
placings. That's
okay,
a
okay.
lot.
See, for me, I would. If like say, let's say Dave was 13-13, so he was 13th at KCON, and same as
Okay.
Expo. I think that would maybe be enough to say, like, Daze is right there, because like one place to me, like it's important to obviously outplace
That's
it by
one
one
whole
spot.
set. That's
Yeah.
the whole set, winning a
Yeah.
whole set.
But the problem is that we have 17th, not 13th, right? It's 2 sets. It's 2
I
rounds.
still
It's
feel like
beating
even if
2
he was
people,
13th,
yeah.
Raven beats him in every single category except major upsets. He beats him
Yeah.
in total matchup spread. He beats him in major upsets. He has less major upsets. They're tied in the head-to-head, so that doesn't even count. So the head-to-head fizzles. But he beats them in like 4 categories. And Daze does beat him very much so because he has a win on 2 and 4, as he has nothing on top 5. But that's the 3rd tier category. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact
I'm
that
just-
Ray beats him on the 1st and 2nd tier, I just feel like we shouldn't be, because we established, and this is why it's super important we established the value tier before we started this, because if we didn't, then it'll be like, oh well, then what is KCON? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
from the get go, we established the value tier, and this is one of the biggest reasons why we had to do that. So that's what I feel. My vote will be for Raven, because I mean at this point it's between Daze and Raven.
Yeah.
So A&D is
Oh,
not a
man.
factor in this. He's the guy with the next best placings, I think.
He is, because he has what, 9 and 13.
9, 9th, and
right?
13th.
9
Yeah.
and 13.
Yeah. So,
9 at
so
KCON,
I just wanna-
13 at-
just wanna
Doesn't have a
clarify.
top 5 win.
just want to clarify,
Huh?
A&D is not in this conversation right now.
Mm, I think, because based on what we're arguing right now, I think
Well, because he would lose, he would win the KCON to KCON against Daze, but he would lose. Or they would tie for Gamer Expo, and then
they're tied for Expo. Yeah,
But Daze would
But
take
then-
wins, right?
Daze
Daze
blows
has
him out
better
and wins.
Like
Yeah, and I think as far as upsets go, they're the same.
yeah.
No, actually, Andy has one more upset than he does, like loss. Yeah.
Say that again.
Oh my God, you're a fucking bastard.
Andy's matchup spread, he has 3 positive matchups, so 3 winning and 1,
4?
2,
No, 5 losing.
4, 5 losing.
Ouch.
Along
So
with-
Raven also beats Andy out in that. I think
So I think-
Andy
yeah, I
is
think
part
Andy
of the
beats out.
conversation, and I personally I feel like Rave should be next, and then after that we debate A&D and Daze. That's just how I feel. But
Yeah,
Andy
let's
doesn't
see.
have a positive general record. We can look at his non-PR losses.
I don't think Daze and A&D is a debate, but I do think Rave being
Yeah,
above them.
when I look at it more closely, I think Andy needs to be put into the death pool for 10.
Yeah, because he has 3 major upsets.
And
Yeah,
well,
and-
well, that and
Like-
Daze easily trumps A&D with his win on Rush and Darren.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was saying. That he just like.
'Cause I think- yeah.
just edged him out.
Yeah, because I think if what I'm trying to say is, like, if the placings are close enough where it doesn't blow by the person that much, the person can make up ground by having a win on 1 or 2, perhaps, or 3.
Right.
But obviously not, like, that's why with 17th at KCON,
Okay.
that might be too much of a gap for Days to make up on Rave.
Rave.
Might be. I'm still thinking. I think because I don't know. Other people go. I'm still thinking.
I think Rave's got it. I honestly think Rave's got it. The double ninth place is really powerful, and again, like you said, that's like the highest placing you can get at the big two at this point. And
Right, and then like
that is
Ray
priority
said, that's
one
what
and
we
priority
value the
two,
most.
right
Yeah,
there.
priority,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And although like I said, I think that Daze's period was kind of in flux. He had high highs, but they were ultimately not, you know, he was ultimately a little bit more inconsistent overall in his ultimate placings. So I think
Yeah. So I think
I think the
then
order is
we're gonna
Rave,
Rave.
then Daze, and then Debate after that. That's my opinion on this right now.
Yeah, because we can't really say 10 yet. Yeah.
Yeah, but
and then days and then problems.
yeah, I think it's Rave because of the double ninth, and the fact that there's nobody else that got ninth that has as consistent of a period as him. And then I think Daze is next because he had a semi-consistent period, but with really super big wins. Win on number 2 and 4. So I
I'll
think
tell you right
I
now,
think he's
like
next
the
after that.
consistency is huge because usually when you get to
Right.
this like 6 or set like 6, 7 and lower, usually no one has a positive, or he doesn't have a positive like overall record, like of just positive winning record, but he's tied, and that's you usually don't see that. I mean, he didn't show up to as much tourneys, but he did go up to the big two, so
I think he got ninth at both.
yeah, like
His one flub was really this last weekend
I
where he
think-
lost to Dex.
I think it's just being super underrated of like, because like okay, think of it in this perspective, right? You have the 2 and 4, right? And that's like 2 tiers under 1 and 1 tier under 2, right? And then the thing that's right under days, or like the thing that's right under the tier of major upsets is like consistency and stuff, right? And then Raven trumps them in that and major upsets, and that's a tier lower. And then you're talking about something that's on tier 3 out trumping like something that's on tier 1 and 2, like you know what I mean? Like I just feel like Rave's a no-brainer for
Yep.
this spot.
I think so too. After discussing it, like how we
Yeah.
have, I think it's pretty
Yeah.
clear.
Like I said, the only way I see the win on Rush trumping the 9-9 was if Daze was 13-13, or if it was 13-9, I think there would definitely be much more conversation for it. But he would need at least 13-13 for it to happen. But because he's 17 on the first tier and 13 on the second tier, that's like really, really bad. So
Mhm. I agree.
Yeah.
And again, Rave has been pretty much big loss free, with the exception of the last tournament. Daze has
that was like his only blemish.
Daze has 2 upsets.
Yeah. So okay, we got Rave is 8.
Any
Hey.
objections to Rave being 8th? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Rave.
Not at this point, no.
Keep them away from
Is
the
it-
amateur tournaments.
Is
Let's
this
go.
Rave's first PR?
Maybe
Yes, this is Raven's first one.
Rave, I apologize.
it's definitely the first one in the news.
It's okay, Rave. It's only 2 months. You'll be back at the amateurs before you know it. It's only two.
Wow,
It's,
dude, Bobby.
it's only 2
I'll be
months.
calling you out on your consistency. Ray.
No,
Gotta show
dude.
him, bro.
Dude, I feel bad for him. I know he likes going to those. So.
Should have busted out harder.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay,
Alright.
so 9th spot.
Pretty much Daze, no contest.
Yeah.
I think so.
Mr. Popo. Yes.
Yeah, it's just come on, like no one else can compete with that.
Let's see. I'm looking.
Daze, would you like to counter argument against yourself? Or are you good?
Daze is gonna be quite like, no, I'm fine at 9. Yeah. I mean, actually, I mean,
the whole placings thing
yeah. Now that
most.
we could bump Daze off down to 10 based on placings, but the question is, who do we put on 9?
I can't be okay with putting anyone above him at this point.
I mean, who?
Yeah.
Days, you say your placings, but who would you put above you then? Just so we can see what you're thinking.
The only person that I would probably would probably be A&D, but
He has a win on 6.
he has the placings, but
No, that's why I said, well, because you guys, so he beat you at kick on, right? You guys tied
no, he
Gamer
beat
Expo.
Preston. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying
he
that-
beat.
Placing the cake on you.
Yeah, he beat your placing a cake on. You guys tied at Gamer Expo, but your wins like crush all his wins. Like it's not even because then now you have wins on everybody that's on the PR above you. Like everyone you had is above you now.
Daze also has less major upsets than AMD. Daze
Can
has
we-
2 major
okay.
upsets. AMD has 3.
Hold the
Whoa,
phone.
what,
Hold the
what?
phone. Hold the phone. Brigade got
What?
7th at Expo. He got 25th at KCON. How does that
Oh,
cancel out? So
Wait.
So,
he got
okay.
what at KCON?
he got
Yeah,
25th. 25th at KCON,
Oh,
but
shit.
he
No, I
top
think-
8'd.
no.
But he
That's
top
25th
8'd
hurts,
Expo.
though.
So I just want to know like
Yeah.
how does that
But
cancel
that
out?
25th hurts a lot.
Because I just want to know like is it okay to say that Brigade had a really rocky period and his
Okay,
only
I'll
his
just- I'll
literally
just
his
state it
only
in
saving
math
grace is
terms.
the 7th at Expo. Otherwise he
Yeah.
would
Here,
not even be up
I'll
for
state it in
discussion.
I'll state it in math terms. So 25th, if you wanted to get top 8 from there, you would need to win 1 set to get 17th, 2 sets for 13th, 3 for 9th. You would need to. So let's say trying to get the 9th, you would need 3 wins.
Mhm.
Expo, I guess -1 wins and you get 9th. I think the gap is way too big for it to, clean
fair,
the
though,
25th.
What is it? Number.
The 7th is big. The 7th is big.
Okay. There's no other player that has a top 8 in one of the 2 majors outside of top 4. Just to put in perspective to you guys.
Yeah.
There-
The pro
those
but the
players got top 8 at one of the majors, Hawaii majors. Brigade is the only other dude to get top 8. And I mean, it sucks because it's not KCON.
Yeah,
and
if it was
he had a
KCON,
horrible
I mean-
performance.
Yeah,
at KCON
see, that's the
for
problem.
his
It's not
standards.
KCON. Yeah.
So, I mean, that blows, but I definitely don't think we should just blow it off. But I don't know if that
No,
would
but-
contend him for the spot we're talking about.
No, right now, no. I think that puts him in again that 10th spot. But even then, like I think the problem is gonna be 25th was
Brigade
horrible.
only has 2 winning
And-
matchups on Daze and Fruit Basket.
Yeah, and that's not gonna be. I don't think like we argue this enough. It's probably not
He
gonna be
has
enough compared
The rest
to
of
the
his
other people
matchups
in this
he's
tier.
losing, and his non-PR losses he's lost to 5 people that are not on the PR.
Oh,
He's lost to Evan. He's lost to Dennis. He's lost to Tia. Technically, Tia was honorable mention, but I just put it anywhere.
Well, it was because
At
it was,
least
yeah,
4
it
though.
was
At
a little-
least 4. At
I
least
think it would be a
4.
more
Bending the
stable
rules.
argument if it was 7th at KCON.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
the fact that
yes.
it's on the second tier kind of just sucks.
If he got like 13th at KCON, it might have been okay.
right, or just like a higher KCON placing. But the fact that he
In
placed so
general,
low
yeah.
on our tier 1
Yeah.
hurts him a lot.
so-
But I mean, that is a good thing to mention. It's good to talk about it because that is a very
Yeah, no.
unique, because like I mean,
No,
like,
that's
out of
why I
actually
brought it up
everyone
because
describing here,
because
that's
it's
the
a
highest
very
high.
powerful placing. That's why I brought it
Yeah.
up.
It is a very powerful.
Because and we weren't talking about him. That's the other thing. I didn't want us to miss him just in case. So
Okay.
Right, just in case there was a case there.
Yeah.
exactly.
But it's good we discussed that. So
Okay, so back to the matter at hand. Spot 9.
we were discussing Daze at 9, yeah.
Daze and I guess since we brought up Brigade, let's bring up Winged and TP since we haven't talked about them at all either. I don't wanna whatchamacallit.
So yeah, so here's the problem. Wigan and I have that juicy win on number 1. So
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's 3rd tier, but then I mean, we'll get to that after
It's the top of the
looking at our
3rd
first tiers.
I mean, it's still valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, the top
Yeah,
of the
Okay,
it's
third.
like
so
the
I
best thing you
think-
could get after the placings.
I think we should talk about TV first because he went to both of the majors. So if we want to compare Daze and TP, so we look at KCON and he outplaced Daze, right?
Yeah.
You guys tied at
Tied at
Gamer
Expo. Yeah.
Then we can look at your wins. So he has a win on what was it 2, 4, and 6.
Oh wait, I have. Wait, you talking about me or Daze?
No. Daze has 2, 4, 6.
Daze.
and
Oh
then,
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you have a win on 1, 7.
And 6.
And 6.
Oh yeah, 1, 7,
Yeah.
6, and then
Yeah, 13th at the big 2, not terrible.
Yeah. He definitely wins
'Cause-
the tier 1.
Oh, that's true. I do outplace Daze. in
Aside,
tier
yeah,
one.
after
And
Rave,
then-
like he has like some of the better scores, I guess.
Yeah, because I guess let me see. I do up. Okay, so I place Daze in tier 1 because 13, 17th compared to 13, 13. And then I have the win on War, which either matches or beats the win on Rush. And then, wait, he had what, 2, 4, 6, right?
2, 4, 6, and you had
2, 4, 6, and I
one.
had 1,
Six.
6, 7. So we both had 6. So basically, it's 1, 2 versus it's 1 and 7 versus 2 and 4, right? Did you guys cut off?
Yeah.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you guys cut
1
off.
versus 2 and 4.
Yeah.
I think their 2 and 4 is better, right?
Yeah. Ding. All right. So I think, yeah, I mean, because I don't know. Do you guys want to go further with that argument at this point? Daze and TP, or is this 2-4 already beat 1-7 enough?
This is hard.
Quiet.
1, 2.
No, we're all thinking. This is hard.
Oh, okay.
This is hard.
Yeah, I thought my mic was cutting off. Sorry.
6. 6.
TP has 1 major upset. Daze has 2. 1 loss. TP has. Wait. TP has 2 positive and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negative.
6. Yeah, along with 2 ties.
Daze has 1 positive and 1, 2, 3,
5? No.
5, 6.
Yes, 6 negatives,
6 negatives.
along with 2 ties, or the same.
Yeah.
Except that I have 2 positives and he has 1
I think
Yeah.
I think Daze edges him out here.
because of the 2-4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I mean, even if we said it was too close to call, we go to non-PR losses. Yeah, we both have the same, pretty much in that sense. So
Wait, you have 2 non-PR losses?
yeah, I do. Oh, the loss to Jalix at Expo wasn't noted. Here, I'll type that in.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because I was just looking at it. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
man, you only got 1 right now. Okay.
I mean, I guess I could have kept quiet about that, you know.
I no, I remember that now. That was when we were having problems with the internet, and you guys had to play
Yeah,
like in
so-
the dark. So
Yeah, we had to play
Right.
off stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he and I both have 2 non-PR losses. Both of us lost to Jalix, so whatever, and then Dan M for me, 0 for him.
So it's like pretty much like even up until like, so does the 2
I mean, if you want to,
1, 7
Yeah.
outweigh the win that TP has on KCON? That's I guess that's the question.
because yeah, we're comparing 1 and 7 to 2 and 4,
4.
and KCON being 1 place better than him.
I mean, I honestly at this point, like the win on 7, it's kind of just like you probably have a positive record on the person. I feel like because like I don't know. I feel like for upset wise, like top 5 is where it's like
where the money's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially.
We
if
both casted
Daze had
big,
gotten
probably, like,
1
casted-
spot higher, this would have been easy. I think at KCON. If he had gotten 13th at KCON, this would be real easy.
No, yeah.
Right,
this
yeah.
Conversation would
But
be
now
over next
we have
day.
this problem.
Come on, Daze. Wait.
I still think Daze trumps him out here.
I do think 2-4 is better than 1-7.
No, definitely.
If it was,
I think
if
so,
it was
too.
1-6, then maybe, yeah. If it was 1-6,
I
then
think
maybe
so,
it would be
too.
more.
I think
Yeah.
the only thing that would have equaled it out would have been a 1-5 or better. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we both have 6. We both have 6. So
Okay, so 9 days.
I mean,
So,
let's make
can't
sure we
come up with
go
anyone.
through everyone because we touched up on Brigade. We touched up
but
on
we-
Andrew, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we talked
also,
about it. Yeah.
the one
Okay.
person we didn't talk about yet is Wingit, but I think Wingit hurts from lack of results, and because he's in the same boat as me with the win on War, but that's it.
Yeah,
It's
the other
win on
wins
one-
don't. The other notable wins don't mean anything.
No, not at the moment. No.
Plus, two,
Yeah.
he didn't go to Expo too. That's really big.
Yeah.
And
he only got
we
13.
haven't
Well, he did get
talked
13 for
about
King, but
King.
King's
King.
the only one we haven't mentioned yet.
So okay, so
But-
King had
but
nothing
King
on
is-
Expo, but he has a win on 1 and 4.
However, his
25th
placing at
Expo.
KCON was And if
And
we're
then
gonna
he didn't go to
discredit
Expo.
Brigade,
Yeah. He's placing
Yeah,
at
if we're
KCON
gonna-
and then he didn't go to Expo. So.
then
And-
I mean like, the KCON I think really kills King. Not to mention he has a whole bunch of PR.
No,
non-PR
if I had
losses.
to eliminate one person from the conversation entirely, it would be King. There's just King has like no redeeming qualities in his performances, other than a win on
The only
War.
redeeming quality is War and Dren. That's it. But other than that, it's
But
pretty like
yeah, tier 1 and 2, he just has nothing. So I don't think it's gonna
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
So I think it should be Daze for 9th.
Mhm.
That's after hearing everybody's reasonings and looking it over. I think Daze gets it.
Okay, so bringing this back full circle, Daze, what do you think? You started this conversation. What do you think?
And now you're gonna finish it.
For me and TP, it's like really close, but yeah, just based on the wins, I should take 9.
There you
Yeah.
go.
All
I
right.
think
we're
we're
all-
1-7. So then that means
Monty in the
dear.
chat. I'm sorry. Monty said get Sarlacked King.
Oh,
Because he beat him at cake.
oh my god. Yo, Bobby, go to that non-PR loss tab and zoom in on KCON 2017 on King.
Oh my god.
Do it.
It's not even the Monty loss too. The Pyro loss was also huge.
yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah.
I think the pyro loss was the backbreaker.
That's a
That
pretty
was the
big
bang.
seeding upset. Okay, next emote, Odo Sarlacc.
Okay.
I can get the sprite from the game. Okay. All right. So
All right,
now
so
now
number
it's
10.
in. Now it's time for the last
The
spot.
final spot.
The final spot. Yeah, spot number 10. So we
So
have
the names we were discussing were myself, Andy, and
Andy.
Wongit,
and Wonget.
I
Yeah.
believe.
Technically,
So
there's
we-
5
so
people
at this
total.
point, I think we can.
Yeah. We ruling out King.
But we've already said that King's kind of out. Yeah.
So
And
okay.
I think we're
So
also ruling out Brigade. Yeah.
are we all in agreement that King is out of the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And are we gonna rule out Brigade as well?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not
Yeah,
ready. I'm
okay.
not ready to rule out Brigade unless there's a majority. What do
I
you guys think?
will.
Okay.
I will rule out Wing It because
No, I think
like a better version
Lack
of
of
Wing It,
results.
like stat wise.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're
Yeah,
ruling
like
out
the
Wing
results,
It.
okay.
Like,
So me versus the Hernan Bros. Let's do this.
it's okay. Wing it. It's okay.
Nah.
You get them next time. Wing it.
Oh,
No, he gets to go to amateur still. And he actually did really good
well,
today.
essentially,
so
TP has like the same stats as Wing It, but better. So
Yeah,
it's like,
because
Yeah.
no results at Gamer Expo, and then
And I have more wins than Wingit.
TP is like power creep Wing It.
you have more wins on people that matter.
Yeah. All right, so it's between Andy, myself, and Brigade then.
Yes. Okay.
all right, this is
Oh boy.
But King and Wing It will definitely be an honorable mention at the end of the day. I think anybody that
Yeah,
makes
that
it
win
into
a
the,
war.
anybody that makes into the conversation this far will be honorable mention, no matter what.
Yeah,
if
especially
they
because
don't
of their
make the
wins
top
in
10.
war.
Yeah.
I think that. Yeah,
This was a stacked PR. This was a really hard PR to get.
it was. It really was.
Yeah.
I mean, we almost had more people in this discussion, but certain people like to just fiend off amateurs' money. So you know.
amateurs.
I mean, hey, he's got a kid to feed, right? So.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to have a skinny nephew. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My nephew gotta be healthy, dude.
Okay. So
All right, so the final countdown. I think we need Andy and TP are very much like we can compare them and it'll be close, but the wild card here is Brigade because of the 7th at Expo.
yeah.
I don't know
So
if we're gonna how we're gonna value this because it is on the tier 2 and he got in a top 8. That's a very very big deal.
Yeah.
Like, getting in
But
a
the
top
problem
8
is at
at
20
one of the big
Sorry.
majors
Yeah.
is just it's really
Again.
hard and yeah.
Yeah, but there's that just really bad 25th at KCON. And KCON's the top tier, right? So
Right. So, I mean, I guess in that perspective, being 3 places away from 13th. Wait, 25th.
Yeah. Or wait, no, 2 places away from 13. 2. Because if he wins 1, he's 17th. If he wins 2, he's in the top 16.
And then 13th is 2 placings away from 7th.
Yeah.
But I mean, KCON being more important. Like, are we gonna
Kinda.
put extra value on that 7th because it's top 8? That's the question.
I don't know.
Like, are
That's
we
a
gonna
question
saw
I would
some extra
prefer
value on
other
there
people.
because it's
Yeah.
it's
I
yellow,
would
the text is
I
yellow,
treat
like-
the top 7 at Expo as something very special.
Yeah.
In my opinion, getting top 8 at Expo is very special. For this period, it's definitely
In that case, then
very above average.
in that case, then I think I think that's enough because, let's say, okay, KCON was obviously horrible for him, but if the 7th is really that valuable, then it sounds like
yeah.
we could make it where it brings him up to A&D and me in terms of the tier 1, tier 2 comparisons. So I think what it does is it gets him in the conversation and keeps him alive, but we still have to go to tier 3 before we can put him at 10.
Yeah, I agree.
From what I'm hearing, at least.
I think
Well, yeah, that's the problem.
I think it's good enough that he is in discussion for 10th, but I don't think it locks him into 10th
Yeah.
necessarily.
Because traditionally,
No.
traditionally, around usually like 8 through 10s is when, like, excluding Expo and KCON, is when people cash in the upsets and just be
Yes.
like, "Yo, I have a horrible matchup chart, and
But I
essentially
got these
shit
wins.
on, but I did this."
I got these big ones, but this is
Right.
different.
Right. This is different. Because we're talking like tournament placing and stuff, but yeah, I do feel like it's at least enough to keep them alive for the conversation. We still have to go through everyone, but
Yeah.
this is
So, yeah.
this is usually the time where it's like ka-ching ka-ching. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
mean, going into that, okay, so I'm just looking. I'm not even going into general matchups. Let's go into Andy and
Just
TP.
wins.
Well, okay, so Andy only trumps TP by a slot in KCON, which is big, but then TP has like a win on War.
Woo!
So I feel, and they're tied at Expo.
Mhm.
Andy
Yeah.
has. I feel like Andy and TP are so close. We need to just head-to-head them, pick one of them two, and then put them up against Brigade. And then, you know what I mean? Since Andy and TP's like
Similar
placings and stuff are very similar, we might as well just head-to-head them, and then whoever wins between that two, then compare those to Brigade. Is that how we do it?
So you're actually, so what you're saying is that now, like, tentative ranking, you're actually having like Brigade at like tentatively
Well-
10, and then me and
well,
me and
because-
Brigade's in a
because
special
Brigade-
case, that's why,
yeah,
because he has
Brigade
a
is a
7th at Expo.
because of the 7th.
Okay.
So we want to boil it down to just somebody against him so that we can really know what the weight of it's going to be.
Because you and A&D have very similar placings.
Similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I get that, but I just feel that Andy and I both, if we go far enough, would both maybe trump Brigade in the long run. But I'm
But I
okay
mean,
with that for
in
now.
this sense, it's just 10th spot, so it doesn't matter if someone trumps. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but I do get it
matter-
because if yeah.
Because
Yeah,
in the
I
end,
think-
if you guys are better than, if we're gonna pick you guys over Brigade, we'd have to anyway.
We might as well just do this head. Yeah, okay, that's fine. All right, so then we've already discussed the tier 1, tier 2. So A and D with 1 place advantage over me in tier 1. We're tied in tier 2, so we go to tier 3. Right?
Yeah.
And you have the win on
So
War.
she's the win on
Which
War.
is-
You have the one on
Which is
War.
really big.
Fruit
We both
basket.
we both have a win on Fruit Basket,
You
and
also
I have a
the-
win on 7.
Yeah.
And he has a win on Daze is what, 9?
9. Yeah.
And
Oh,
King
wow.
is not part of the conversation.
King is not so wow. That's actually
That's pretty steep. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, and then for non-PR losses, TP has 2, A&D has 3.
3.
So he loses in that category. We'll say that's like tier 4-ish.
Yeah.
See here. Win loss, head to head.
He has 1-0 on me head to head.
Okay, so Andy wins the head to head. And then let's go overall like win percentage, I guess, in matchups. TP has 1,
6
2,
losing?
3, 4, 5,
Yes.
6 losing, 2 winning.
2 winning, and 2 ties.
Andy has 1, 2, 3, 4.
5 losing, 2 winning,
5
2 ties. Oh no, 3 winning. Sorry, because you're counting me.
You.
So I mean, oh man, of course. Okay, so Andy.
Of course, of course, of course, of course.
Okay, so Andy has
Shouts to
3
K9.
wins, has more wins and less losses, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
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 That's 1 less loss. Yeah.
So, wait a minute. Andy legit only has losing records to top 5. I mean,
But he
TP
has a
does
few
have the
upsets.
winning record on stuff, but like, that's pretty. I mean, the numbers say for themselves because he only has 5 losing matchups, and then like everything else is either tied or winning. 3
Right.
winning. So he matchup spread wise, he's more consistent.
Amongst the PR.
Yeah.
But he has 1 more non-PR loss, major
Yes,
upset.
he does.
Yeah. And then also, I've got that huge one of war, which again, tier 3, right?
Tier 3.
Right.
So we
3.
said that the tier 3, I have a steep advantage because of well, I have a good advantage, I should say, not steep, but
So
I mean, it's pretty steep. You have getting a win on 1 is really good.
yeah,
You
I have
a
1,
pretty
6,
steep
and
advantage
7.
on that tier,
Yeah.
but he
And
has
has,
the general
the
like
kick
1
on.
tier advantage on tier 1. Okay, do you guys want me to just go from the top tier 1 and then just side to side them? I can do that. If someone else wants to do it, they can too. I know I've been talking a lot.
Do you want someone else to do it?
I
If someone else wants
think
to talk.
I think the 9th place is way more important than the win on war, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
2 tiers down.
Because it's 2 tiers down. So, God.
But it's like it's so close though. Still, like even
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is.
because you can argue it either way. But so I guess starting from the top, we're gonna take tier 1. Andy wins that.
Mm-hmm.
Tier 2 were tied, so tier 2's out the window.
Tier 3, TP would win, obvious with the win on war. And then we talk. What was that after that? Head to head.
We went to losses, right? Or did we go matchup spread?
Yeah. Matchup
That's
spread.
not really spread.
Okay.
Matchup spread. Andy wins the matchup spread, right?
Andy would win that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
He also
And
wins the
then
head-to-head.
He wins the head to head. And then TP would win the non-PR
upsets.
losses.
The losses.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is hard. This is hard.
It's hard because of the win on war. If it was anyone else, I think I wouldn't have a strong case.
True. Do you also have a win on click, if I recall?
Yeah, I beat
you
War,
do.
Click, Fruit Basket. He beats
Daze for basket.
He's beaten
Oh, yeah,
King,
that's it.
Brigade, Fruit Basket, and Daze. I think. What did you get for a KCON? You got 13.
We could.
Do we have to go deeper?
I
how
think
much
so.
deeper though.
I think we went as deep as we possibly can.
So what would we?
Some placings at regular tournaments.
Oh,
We can go
yeah.
deeper.
Okay.
Girl,
Let's
you
go.
can
Let's go
always
deeper.
go deeper.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So Cafe GG, the first one, he got 4th. I got 7th. He was not at once he's 21, so that kind of whatever. Tied at Expo, whatever. Monthlies 9th. I was 13th. Same thing for
Yo,
KCON.
I'm looking. He got
and then
4th at the Smash Series 27.
Cafe GG. Yeah. No, that's. Oh yeah, you're right. Whoops, I
You got
read the wrong
4th,
place.
yeah, because you didn't go to that.
Oh,
one.
but I wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah. But that would obviously be his favor because of the fact you were there. So looking at this, he outplaces you in most of the tournament.
The only
so,
one really was Cafe GG60. That's 17 seconds.
yeah, every other tournament. He scored.
Yeah, I think that will. I think that gives him. I just feel like before this it was either even or like super close to even. This kind of gives him like that little edge to push him over. Because
Yeah.
like, okay, so I mean, breaking it down once more from the top, outplaces you one placing in KCON, so not a huge advantage, but an advantage. Then tier 2 is negated. Tier 3, you have a huge advantage, but I mean that's 2 tiers down from KCON, which is what I think that's like the main thing people are kind of debating
So-
about. Like you have a clear,
Yeah.
like a good advantage on tier 3, where he has an advantage on tier 1. I don't know if that cancels or
Because
not.
it's like, so it's like the smallest advantage in tier 1 versus a really big advantage in tier 3. So
Right, and that's like 2 tiers
that's
down.
the question. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's got to be somewhere close to even, or I would give you a slight advantage.
Slight advantage, right? Yeah.
Right, and then moving down to the matchup spread, he
One
beats
loss
you,
to beat you.
beats
He
you in
has
the
one
matchup
less
spread, and he
loss,
beats you
yeah.
in the he beats you in
Head-to-head.
the
Head-to-head.
matchup spread, and he beats you in head-to-head. And then you go
But then I
another
beat
tier
him.
lower, you beat him on the next tier down, which is by 1.
The losses.
By least upsets, but you only beat him by 1. I feel like in the 4th tier, he beats you by a pretty large margin because he wins the head-to-head, and on top of that, he has like
Oh, so is it head-to-head also in the 4th tier? I thought that was a separate tier.
I don't know. I always counted it as like
Treating
the
it as
same
one.
tier
Matchup-
because
that's
it's like
matchup
it's a
spread.
matchup.
Oh, okay.
part of the matchup
Yeah,
spread.
okay.
So, yeah, and on top of that, his consistency over the matchup spread is like a pretty steep advantage over you. So, and then on top of that, now that we go deeper into placing, I feel like
That's right.
overall, before we went into placing, it was kind of even. But the when we dig even deeper, I just feel like that gives Andrew like the slight advantage over TP.
Yeah, I mean, again, I will point out that I too only lost to the top 5 with the exception of Rave. But then again, that's that small advantage to him. It's just if the win on War isn't big enough to push me past him, then I think that's where this goes.
Yeah, I mean that's all. That's where it truly comes down to is. So we dug even deeper for the placings. You guys can put a value of that in your head, but like the main things that is like how much value is placing one more placing on the tier 1, then on the tier 3, how
Versus the big advantage in tier 3, yeah.
much versus big advantage in tier 3, and then tier 4. Andy has quite a huge advantage in tier 4, and then in tier 5, TP has a slight advantage in tier 5, and then in tier 6. I think Andy has, I wouldn't say like a huge advantage, but he does have the advantage.
It's
And
an advantage, yeah.
it's not like he blew him
See,
out.
for me, right now, the
water
question
in tier
is,
3 because he has no.
yeah.
top 5.
See, that's the thing. Do we stop at tier 3 or do we keep going? That's what I don't know.
Well, I mean, you still have to consider everything else.
Yeah, but does the tier 3, because it's so much higher, does that overtake the others? But I don't. That's why
But
I
he
don't have.
he has a tier 1 advantage to back it up. Like
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
below it on top of the tier 1 advantage. So I mean,
I feel like
that's just-
tier
yeah.
1 advantage cancels out your tier 3 advantage. And then everything below that, that's where he wins.
Just yeah.
we could make this fun and vote on Discord and like.
I think
and
okay.
vote and
I
press
think
enter.
we need to have opinions from myself, Zero, and Daze because I love TP, but this is a discussion just for his fate, and I would like to
Yeah.
hear some people that are not TP because
Hey.
just to get
Yeah.
something objective. So the chat is saying that Daze fell asleep. So Daze, why don't you give your 2 cents?
Yeah, Daze has been really quiet.
Well, I've been quiet too, to be fair, and I'll
Yeah,
talk.
I
I'll
was
talk after.
leaning toward TP, but go down the list, I'm started leaning toward Andy. Mm.
Okay, I'll go next. I think Andy takes it, but it is close. I think the placing at KCON, not to mention the matchups afterwards. I think he's just more consistent. And again, it's a battle of the high highs versus the kind of the middle line kind of thing. So, but
Well, yeah, neither of us really had a low except for him at one
Yeah.
point, but that was once.
Yeah, you can hold that.
Wow.
No, shit.
I think it's super close, but I really like A&D's numbers.
Mm.
I really like
Okay,
A&D's numbers
yeah.
in this.
So for me, the more and more we talked about it, it really kind of just came down to like we're saying, what does winning the tier 3 mean if A&D's winning the tier 1? If even if it does cancel out, A&D will win every other category outside of upsets, and then it just shows his consistency. With his outplacing in tournaments, the matchup spread was in his favor. So I think, yeah. So I think even if, but then because KCON is 2 tiers higher than wins. Like if we were discussing like a gamer expo like thing, then I think it'd be easier to just pick TP there. But because it's like 2 tiers higher than wins, is where I'm looking. Like he took that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to go India as well.
So that's Charles. I believe you were also leaning towards A&D as well.
Yes, just because I mean, like we were just talking about, it just comes down like okay. I wanna paint the picture for you guys. Okay, this is what when I think 9th over 13th at KCON, you know what I see? I see the match that happens between Split and TP to get to the next tier, and you know, like it's just like that one match I'm just thinking about, and it's like, dude, this was KCON. It was fucking KCON, fucking Kawaii Con. Like how you did there was huge. Every match I went up and played, I was nervous. I didn't want to get upsetted. I really wanted to play well. Like that was the fucking tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like it is just one place difference, but that's a whole set, man. That's a whole set these players are playing and trying to battle and get to the next tier up and trying to get higher, Pierce top 8, Pierce top 4, whatever, right? Like I just it's super huge. Like just even having one place over, and that's why like even earlier in this conversation I was pushing for Rave so hard because he got 9th at both, and like it just to me it shows like just that to me is a big deal, like how well you placed, and that's why Brigade's even still in the conversation because he got top 8, he pierced into that top 8 atmosphere, and like to put in perspective, there's 4 out-of-staters that are very very good, so. Those 4 out-of-staters never got upsetted out of top 8, so they're in top 8. So there's only 4 Hawaii spots for Hawaii players, like that
He
live
was one
here
of them.
in that top 8. So I mean to me, the win on War is big, but the that one placing at KCON, I feel like at least negates it or like nullifies it to the point where it's not too big of a swing, and then A&D practically wins in everything else underneath except. He has a slight disadvantage in major upsets by 1. You know what I mean? So like that's how I'm viewing it. And so yeah, my vote goes to Andy.
Yeah, I just like A&D's numbers overall, and the 9th place is huge. The win on War is pretty much TP's trump card. But I mean, the fact that they also tied for the same placing at Expo, and like overall A&D's placings have been really solid, like outside of the big 4 tournaments as well. 17th at Cafe GG is kind of the one blemish that he really has, I think. Yeah, I think A&D barely edges him out here.
Yeah, it's not by a long shot. Don't get me wrong, because
No,
I don't
no.
want to like totally
It's very
degrade
close.
the value of beating number one in the PR. Because previously, like we've had people get on PRs or get like 6 or 7
Off of a
spots
win, yeah.
off of
This
win
was
on number
no,
one.
yeah. This is just not your typical PR period.
Yeah,
the-
this is just a very different
Special
PR period because we
yeah.
have KCON and Expo.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess that with that it's a 4-1, right? So I guess it's A&D. All right, A&D. Which means that the honorable mentions this period will be Brigade, TP, King, and Wing It. Are we okay with that?
Oh, are we still gonna discuss Brigade over?
No, I
AD?
don't think Brigade has a chance at this point.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot we were only talking about A&D and TP. My bad.
Yeah. But I
My
mean,
bad.
like-
My bad.
Well, I think we were saying that we were gonna knock them because of their.
We're gonna knock us out, then compare head to head with Brigade, but I think we both trump Brigade pretty well.
I mean, because
I mean, it's because we both have the head to head on Brigade, and we both have better wins than Brigade, and better placings.
it just sucks because it would be more of an argument if, like, I just feel like the 25th at KCON is really
Yeah.
hurting Brigade,
Yeah.
like by a huge margin, and it's kind of just like escalating into that top 8's a very big deal, but like getting 25th is very low for someone trying to get onto the PR at the biggest event. So I feel
Yeah,
like that
and then-
somewhat balances out.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because again, it's just like we said that tier 1 advantage made such like because it was so small for me, right? But it still made a big difference when we got to like tier 3 and lower. It has to be the same for Brigade A and D, right? Because that's
Right,
a
but it's
huge
like-
advantage in tier 1.
But it's like, what kind of bonus value is he getting because it's top 8 at Expo? Like that's the wild card in a sense, but we still have to
Mm-hmm.
remain to the fact that 25th at KCON is a very low place.
Yeah, because I think at that point it's like a slightly better version of my win on War, where that didn't get me on. So I think that's kind of maybe
Right, 'cause that's in
if it
tier
was
2,
5th,
right?
that might have been different. Yeah.
But then,
It-
yeah, I mean, we're just discussing it because of the fact that it's a tier 2
Yeah.
opposed to a
Oh,
tier
right.
3.
Yeah, I think TP has a good point though, because
Yeah,
I mean the best thing you could get in tier 3 is a win on War, correct?
Yes.
right.
Essentially at this
that's the best
level, the best thing you can get
get.
is 7th at top 8 at
At
Expo.
Expo. Yeah.
So I mean TP is correct
Which
in
is
the
slightly
sense that
better
it's a-
than
right than his win on War. It's slightly better because it's a tier up, but
Uh-huh.
But I don't
it's
think that'll edge out
unfortunate
the
that
ninth,
it's
yeah.
Expo is not the highest tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because then if we're gonna say that's even, sorry, if we're gonna say that's even and we go down, like they both beat Daze and Fruit Basket, albeit Brigade beat them both 2-0, but A&D beats Brigade 1-0, and then eventually this is gonna. I'm looking with the way I see it, it's eventually gonna get down to losses, and oh my god, like Brigade just so many losses.
Hey.
Yeah, and
hey.
his record is negative as well. He has 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6 losses and only 2 positive records. So I
Yeah,
think
albeit Brigade had some really good placings overall until the very end of the period at KCON and Cafe GG, but I just don't think it's enough.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Dave, Zero, your opinions on Brigade?
Yeah, just after like crunching the numbers on the TP and D, you can kind of see where it's gonna go, like what TP was saying. Yeah, it was top 8 at Gamer Expo. Yeah, it's a tier higher, but I think just if you compare everything else, like where TP was going with it, I don't think it's really a comparison at that point. Because 25th at KCON is like we keep saying, 25th at KCON is like so huge.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Because
such
like
a
if you're
bad-
gonna give, yeah, because like if you're gonna say Brigade gets the nod, then like because it's just gotta be consistent, right? Brigade can't get a nod off of like a big advantage in a tier below tier 1. Otherwise, I should too, and I'm not going to, so he should, right?
Right, correct. I
So
mean,
that's how
we
I see
still
it.
have to stand by the tier list, so to speak, because I mean, just getting.
So I think
25th
that's,
as a tier 1 is
Pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you agree, Daze?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page of putting A and D at 10. Because, yeah, that 25th and 7th, that's like,
It's like
Mm.
polar opposites, but the fact that the
but
25th
then, like,
is
when,
tier
yeah,
one,
when you go
God.
below there, A and D's consistency is much better.
All right. So I think we can. Okay,
Ian,
so
so is
I'll start
Ian,
first. So I'll
Ian
vote for
Dizzle does it
Brigade.
again at 10th.
Yeah.
Was he dead last time?
No, I got that.
He's gotten
He got-
10th before, I believe.
Did he get?
Yeah.
Tell you what, the next PR period is gonna be a lot higher than 10.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Already.
Yeah, we'll see.
I just gotta upset him a bunch more
I
times.
mean,
That's
keep
all.
in mind, it'll
Oh my
all
God,
depend on how good the people that he beat does
Pleats.
and how
Yeah.
good he does moving forward. So,
Because it was really interesting that this PR period, like,
but for the moment, he's
so if
looking
we're
good.
looking into like the people that were notable wins at first, like the people that we were putting down, some of them didn't show up this period, and it didn't count for anything, which just kind of sucked.
Yes.
So
Yeah, like there was wins on Zekin, there was wins on
King,
other people
Brigade,
too, but yeah.
people.
Well, King was
are-
in this discussion, but
Yeah, but I mean, he was like,
King Brigade.
He was in the
Zekin,
conversation, but he
Brigade,
really
Zekin.
wasn't. Let's be real.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
he was
got
only
some
here
right
because the win on War.
He was just kind of there, and
King's like, yeah, I'll take that, man.
he
I
had
got a
he,
fucking,
yeah, he had a
I
last
got a
minute
picture
run, but
for getting a win on War. Let's fucking go, dude.
he's like that guy that tried to turn in his homework at the last minute, but it wasn't good enough, so he got like
Yeah,
got like a D
Yeah.
or a
yeah.
C.
It wasn't good enough because he had like the duck grease all over the side of the paper.
the duck cream.
Okay.
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 So-
So honorable mentions?
So honorable mentions, I believe it's Brigade, TP, King, and Wing It. The remaining four players.
If we're just gonna throw everyone on, yeah.
I think anyone that
Yeah.
got this far in the conversation deserves an honorable mention, because that means that you did something great. So you know.
Hmm.
You should just put the,
So, yeah, congratulations.
the Gamer Expo emblem behind Brigade. You know what I mean?
So does King get an
So
honorable mention or no?
King?
Or does
Who?
King just get King?
Yeah, of course King gets an
Oh,
honorable
okay.
mention. Of course.
Oh
Well,
wow,
he'd
value.
be
Get the honorable mention and the
He'd be
picture.
4.
He has a win
he's
on
a
he has
better
a win on
pitcher.
War and Dren. You can't really discredit that.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty good. It's just that his placings were complete shit.
So yeah, well, we'll just go in reverse. Wing It, honorable mention. Props to Wing It. He's always a great player. I just wish he came out more so we'd have more data on him. That's like my only
Yep.
gripe with him. TP, very close. Just keep grinding, TP. You'll get there one day, and I'm sure it'll pay off in the end. It'll feel good when it happens. Don't worry about it.
Hmm.
Dude,
Next.
if you had a one more win on somebody, no.
It's
Okay.
all the same thing. The same story with me every time. A lot of games or close sets that I could have won, but a few mistakes here and there costs me in the long run somehow. Like fucking Jalix can go fuck himself. No.
Anyway, save the salt for after the stream. Just run it back with him when you see him next time. Oh, by the way, shout out to
I
Jalix,
actually already
the
did.
newest member of HID. By the way, just throwing that out there.
Oh yeah.
Yo, HID Jalix.
So
His tag.
Wait, wasn't Jalix in another crew?
he was
in
part of
FTW.
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 Anyway, it's getting kind of late, so I want to run through this real quick. So, shoutouts to King, honorable mention, wins on War and Dren and Fruit Basket and E&D. Had a kind of a rough period, a lot of upsets, a lot of slippage, but you know, still a threat. Definitely can't sleep on him. And last but not least, Brigade. A PR, a very steady player, usually always on the PR. Had a rocky period, but still 7th at Expo. That's a great accomplishment. So shoutouts to Brigade, and I'm sure he'll be back next period for sure.
So such a good accomplishment.
Yeah.
7th at Expo. It's really
Yeah,
good.
just to be on that stage on day 2, it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, so at 10th, coming out of the woods, Paul Bunyan, aka A&D. Shoutouts to A&D. He's been on the PR multiple times. I think this is like his 2nd or 3rd time at the 9th or 10th spot, but still, congrats for making it. And yeah, look forward to seeing what you can do for the rest of this period, man.
Started off strong.
Yeah, you have a strong start, man. Get that top 5 run going, man. Okay, next at number 9, FeK Daze, the Dank Moose.
Yada yada daze.
Yeah, yada yada does
Move up
it.
one spot.
Yeah, he moved up 1 spot. Dude, is Daze gonna get 8th next time and then 7th, 6th? Is he
Just
going? Is he going for
slowly.
Zekin's bingo blackout on the PR, getting all 10 spots?
Oh my god. Yeah, that dream might be dead for a second.
Yeah. That's great. So yeah, shoutouts to Daze, repping FeK. It's always good to see crew diversity. Although it is nice to also see GSM be GSM. They make up majority of the community and the PR as they should. So okay, so next is Rave, I believe. Yes. Rave at number 8. Congrats to Rave. Double 9th place. Not much you could say about that. It's just a great performance overall. He did it very quietly too. Very, very quietly.
Even in his win, he stayed hidden, dude.
Yeah, even in his wins, he was kind of flying under the radar. So, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that he didn't get to play anybody, get any big
Well,
upsets.
he did get a set on false, but yeah, PR wise no, he did not get anything.
No, he played
Yeah.
false, but yeah, he didn't. Whatchamacallit.
Beat
Yeah,
anyone.
that's what I said. He played false.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
no,
right.
he didn't
In terms of wins, he didn't make a lot of noise.
Mhm.
We're trying to say.
Yeah.
Still
Very
a team.
quiet third
Still a
tier.
team's god though. Still a team's
Oh,
god.
dude. I
Okay,
think it's too soon, Bobby. Hold on.
so next, Click. Shoutouts to Click, getting there.
Oh, click.
He
Click,
had.
click.
Yeah, he had a couple dips in the road, but overall very, very strong. This is by far his strongest PR period in a long, long time. So, congrats to finally getting back to the promised land. Good wins and solid placings. 9th at KCON again. 1 step away from day 3, so good stuff. Let's go, Click. And then number 6. I'm really proud of Preston. He did really well this period, and this is his highest PR placing I think ever. So shouts to Preston. Again, doing
Yeah.
things very quietly. The silent killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shouts to Preston. Wins on Dren, Daze, A&D, and Click. Very solid. And then a lot of 9th, 13th places. Nothing like super, super high end. Aside from that one Manol monthly that nobody really went to. But overall, very, very solid. So yeah, shoutouts to Preston. Next. Snappy. Oh man, this guy had a monster period. Top 5ing.
Yep.
Oh, heavy flow.
Yeah, this guy is a hidden boss no longer. I think this pretty much confirms that he's like a top player at this point. He's like in that, as Travis would say, not the upper echelon, but he's like 1 slot below that at this point.
I think
And-
Travis puts people
Yeah.
like that in A tier in his own mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's
I think.
solid A tier player.
Yeah.
Solid player. So yeah, shoutouts to Snappy, and I look forward to seeing more of him. I hope he uses Link more, because I think Link is getting a lot of buzz now that T got top 3 at Civil War and stuff like that. So look forward to seeing what he can do. So congrats to Snaps. And the top 4, Darren, always consistent, always up there. He always rises to the occasion, doesn't he? Like at KCON.
Who, Dren?
Yeah, Dren. Dren always seems to rise to the occasion. Yeah, I mean, I guess he had
Oh,
he had a rough run at Expo, but that was like the one time that he didn't really live up to expectation. Everything else he did fine. He's always a top 8 threat.
Yeah, very solid. Getting that 5 at KCON is very big.
Yeah, and congrats to Dren for being an emote.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so next at number 3, Korean, and yeah, this makes it's really unfortunate that we'll be losing Korean to SoCal, but you know, I was really happy to watch him play at both top 8s. I think he did really well, and yeah, always consistent, always competing, never afraid to put it all out there. So I'm glad that he had a good showing this period. Like you said, this is like the time to perform, right? So a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
but it's a good thing. So
Yeah, can't complain about 3. I mean, obviously, I really wanted 1. I really wanted to lock down 1.
yeah,
Had 1 for 3 PR periods in a row, and this was the most important one. But
for
tried my
sure,
best,
for sure.
and I got 3, and I'm really happy for all the other people that got above me or rose up. So
We were
That's
joking about what if Charles comes back from SoCal to visit us, and he's like, he's full on like he draws like, oh, I draw Fox, I play DDD now, and I'm just mad at the game.
I just fucking hate this game.
Oh my god.
You go like full Angbad mode.
Yeah, there's a lot of low tiers in SoCal.
There's a lot of angry low tiers in SoCal.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, just ask TP. He played them all with Sonic, and they were upset.
Yeah.
All right, so at number 2,
Well, half of them said-
had it not been for the upsets that War had, this guy would have been number 1 by a mile. It's so his record this period was so impressive. 5th at both big events.
Squeaky clean.
And yeah, just dominated everything else that he went to for the most part. He had like maybe 1 or 2 losses outside of the top 5, but that's like about it, if anything. I think Daze was the only one that he lost to out of the top 5, actually.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely Rush's best PR period by far. He really played really well this PR period. I'm glad he found a like kind of remotivated him for the game. I hope it lasts long and he keeps on enjoying the game. He's a very great player and a lot of people can learn from him.
Yep, if he stays with this game, he's going to be the future of the community. I can say that with a lot of confidence. Another guy that could potentially be the future of the community is War, who got number 1. One of the first players, aside from LT, to take a set from an out-of-stater, much less a 3 out of 5. So, shout outs to War. I don't think he's in the chat right now, but yeah, really proud of you, and thank you for putting on a show for everybody. No doubt that this will inspire people to push themselves and be the next guy to take a set from an out-of-stater, I'm sure. So, yeah, congrats to Wayne. And then the others you kind of already know. Void is pretty good. Pretty damn good. And False, he's pretty awesome too. So they will get special mention at the top of the list. Are there any other comments that you guys would like to make before we close out tonight? Once again, thank you to everybody that subbed. We are, I think, 1 sub away from our 20th sub, and that means we get emote number 4. So.
Oh my god. You know, it'd been cool if the picture for Wayne was like him doing the wargasm in Brawl. That would be hilarious.
I'm trying to find a good wargasm face. That's why I messaged everyone on Twitter. So, if you guys have a good wargasm face, DM me and send it to me. Because I would love to have a wargasm emote. But yeah, any other comments from the panel?
Congratulations to everyone, man. This was a hell of a PR period. If you didn't get on or you didn't get as high as you expected or wanted to, just keep at it, man. Smash is a very long and can be very frustrating, but if you love the game, you'll keep going.
Yeah, congrats to anyone. All the guys who made it on. Click, congrats. I know you was working hard for this one. I want some of these guys who are like being considered as upsets to come out more. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Dennis,
stop
Dennis!
and dodging so you can go to amateurs. Dan, hopefully since school is over now, you can come out, dude. Kenny, we miss you. We need that nest back in our lives.
Kenny, you can play Overwatch at the Cafe GG venue, man. Just come out to the tournament.
in between matches.
In
Dude.
between matches, you can play games. It's fine.
I seen Arrow. He's coming out more, so that should be good.
Oh, and I see Tia in the chat. Shout outs to Tia, man. I wish you were able to compete more in Hawaii too. I think you would be very.
Is he coming back for summer?
Very, very good. Oh, that's a good question. Let me ask him. But yeah, Daze, do you have any comments?
Yeah.
Good job to everyone. That was a tough discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good point you brought up about summer coming up, TP. I think this is going to be a big one. A lot of people become available during the summer. So
Oh yeah, I guess
I'm really
I guess
hoping
my
that our
point would
tournament
be-
numbers maybe go up. I hope.
Yeah, my point would be that for all you pieces of shit in school who bitch about not coming out to tournaments or don't have rides, I come from the fucking North Shore. I don't want to hear that shit. Get your asses out to tournaments, you bastards. Yeah. So,
Uncle Justin.
I don't want to hear no shit about John's not fucking Too far.
Oh,
Yeah,
you guys
too
want to talk
far.
about John's, dude? And Brawl, I busted from Waianae all the way to town.
Dude, I still live in White
See?
Lake, bro.
See, Charles is
Back
Charles
in
is
my
bro.
day, I would push tournaments from
Right,
Waianae.
I still busting
Yeah.
tournaments.
Oh, and all the new people who were at KCON would love to see those guys come out more often. Because Daze was a KCON guy, yeah. Like was your first tournament KCON last
Yep.
week?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
twice my rings.
Tia confirming he will be alive in summer. So
Oh.
look forward to that.
So I think this next PR period might be to look out for too.
It's probably gonna be
Excited.
a messy one.
It'll be nice
Yeah.
to see who comes out for the summer for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, thank you to the panel. Thank you to the viewers. I'm glad that streaming this was a really good idea. I love the banter and the shade in the chat. You know, the back and forth. Everyone had a good time, I think. Thanks to everyone that tuned in. And I'll get this uploaded and onto the interwebs very, very soon so that everyone can
view.
watch it again.
Yeah.
So, and I'll get to work on that graphic as soon as possible. Yeah, if there's nothing else, then we'll just say goodnight. I'm gonna play a couple of ads before I log off. So if you guys could stick around for that, I really appreciate it. If not, I'm gonna just say thank you to the panel, and we'll see you guys next time.
No problem. Thanks for having me. I'm always glad to help out where I can. So
Yeah, for sure.
it's great to be a part of something.
Thank you very much
Yeah,
for
it was fun.
contributing your time.
Oh, I guess no. This is something we'll talk about in private, but never mind. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
'Cause
gonna run a
the
couple
next
ads
panel, I
right
don't-
now, and hopefully, yeah, if you guys want to stick around and watch the ads, I appreciate it. But if not, you guys can go. There's nothing more. Thank you very much. So yeah, I guess we can. Did you guys want to talk about stuff off the air, or?
Are we not on anymore?
No, I'm playing an ad before we finish. It's like a couple more seconds.
Yeah, but then people with ad block can technically still hear us. So.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I mean,
I'll just
yeah.
run one ad. That's fine. So yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna
okay.
we'll sign off now. Thank you guys.
There
and
was no.
good night. See you next time. Peace.